Good morning, Jewellery Makers! Hello, my name's Elena. Nice to have your company. You're watching Jewellery Maker, of course. Just an absolute delight, as always, to be joining you this morning. And always a pleasure, always a privilege. We are literally, well, joined at the hip just lately. Aren't we? It's Laura Binding, everyone, as your guest designer today. How are you doing, hun?
I'm good.
What did you say to me earlier on? You'll be sick of me.
Yeah, you will be. You'll be sick of the sight of me.
I'll never be sick of you.
We seem to be just doing... I bet you we won't work together for ages now.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We get all smug about it, the fact that we're working together all the time, and then they're like, well, you know what, we need to stop that right there. Yeah, it's always lovely. And I tell you what the other thing I actually said to Laura this morning, before we came on air, was, you've been really spoilt lately, haven't you?
Yeah. If I didn't say it, you just shouted it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. You were outside the studios, weren't you? Yeah, you've been ruined with your kits.
I have.
You've literally had some of the nicest kits that I've ever seen.
They've been really lovely and a little bit different as well, so really nice variety.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like over the past week or so, really, and today is exactly the same. And by the way, every single kit that Laura's had so far recently is sold out. So not only a testament to the beauty of the kit, but a testament to you as a guest designer. You're going to see her first kit in about 10 minutes' time. It includes gorgeous spinel, wonderful labradorite, lovely connectors that I've not seen very frequently. We've got lovely black pearls in there as well. It's a really high-end kit, and yet under £30. Now, we've got also lots of brand new launches coming your way, lots of high-end gemstones, of course, all different budgets, all different affordabilities. I'm going to start with a brand new strand of pearls. Now, these are limited. I only wish I had a bigger quantity. And considering the fact that they are A, champagne pearls, which is a really elegant and subtle colour, and B, that they are 9 by 7 millimetres in size, with such a consistent shape, they will, no if buts or maybes, sell out. I'm absolutely certain of that. Look at the elegance of this colour. It's that gorgeous, earthy, golden tone, which is so complementary to all different skin tones. So massively elegant, aren't they? It's that ivory-esque golden flash that you get from these gorgeous colours. Instantaneously, we have you on the phone line, so I'm not surprised. Now, brand new introductory deal. What are you thinking these could be? In excess of £20? Absolutely. Well, here at Jewellery Maker, if I go back 3 years or so, when we've always given you amazing quality pearls and always sourcing them at incredible prices, I would absolutely have suggested that this would have been a £20+ strand. However, you're going to be very, very, very shocked. And it's all down to our immense buying power of pearls. We've got really strong connections in the pearl trade, and that means that we can often bring you unmissable opportunities without shadow of a doubt, and certainly super affordable opportunities. 9 by 7 millimetres, and these are lovely. Our graphics say rice shape. I would actually call them more call them a drop myself, rather than a rice shape. Rice shape to me suggests more of a sort of marquise, sort of quite elongated. These are more of an oval to me, or even a teardrop. Can you see that? Can you see the actual pear drops just here, that kind of shape? So again, which is a good thing for you. Just because our graphics say that they're rice beads, actually means you're probably going to be able to assist on the price point even more for that very point. Now, already loads of you getting involved. Well done. Lovely to have your company this morning. Now, if you've never got involved with us here at Jewellery Maker, it's really simple. You dial the free phone telephone number at the bottom of the screen, 0800 644 655, press your option 1 to speak to our amazing contact centre, or you can order with us on the web and just check out those baskets, because irrespective of whether you check out once, twice or 100 times, you still only pay the one postage and packaging throughout the entirety of that day. £2.95 only, and of course everything comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Are you ready though? This is a limited opportunity, so first come, first serve. This is what I was trying to suggest and kind of lean towards without giving the game away. £6.95 only for champagne pearls of this quality. quality in this calibre and this sheer size. I mean, how easy would it be to just restrand this as is and attach one of your lobster claws or one of your jump rings? How easy would this be to knot in between? If you've never done your pearl knottings, we do workshops here at Jewellery Maker as well. Bless you, Martha. We do workshops here as well with the lovely Fleur, so she can actually teach you how to knot these also. Look how elegant it is. Look how it's transforming my outfit. So stunning, aren't they? And again, I'm quite fair-skinned, so to have a champagne pearl is really complimentary of all different skin tones. It's a little bit like morganite. Have you ever noticed morganite and also your rose golds are very complimentary of all skin types, whether you're dark, olive, whether you're fair like myself, or medium or tan-skinned. They complement all of the above. Loads of you getting involved, and a very, very good morning to each and every single one of you. I only wish I had a bigger quantity, because we've got less than 50 of these, haven't we? Unfortunately, that's never nearly enough, not when we have multi-buyers, and you're not restricted. You can buy as many as you like Jonet and Jan. As Jonet and Jan, I'll say that again, John and Janet. Jonet and Jan. I like Jonet. My cousin's husband's called Jonty. Jonty, yeah. Belinda multi-buying, well done. Marion, Alison, you've got yours, congratulations. Now, if you've never ordered with us before, we have just relaunched our Get Started DVD, which you get absolutely free. You don't have to pay for it at all. It is with yours truly, actually, and the lovely Debbie Bulford. So it basically teaches you essentials, techniques really to start you on your Jewellery Maker journey. So this DVD will guide you through everything you need to know about making jewellery. It's got an introduction, essential toolkit, so it kind of talks you through that. Introduction to findings and threading materials, how to make earrings, how to make bracelets, how to make necklaces, and also Jewellery Maker information, so about the brand. And you also get your Get Started booklet. And you know what? The reality is you don't actually have to make any purchases. You can, if you phone up and speak to our contact centre, we'll send that out to you anyway, because we want to expand the family, obviously. Now, stay where you are on those phone lines. Oh, these are beautiful. Who loves a very soft pastel minty green? If you do, you might straight away be thinking about jadeite, and I do too as well. Well, jadeite is, out of the top 10 most expensive pieces of jewellery to ever be sold, 5 of those top 10 are jadeite. 5 are jadeite, most expensive items of jewellery ever to be sold. This gemstone can and does, and this is not an exaggeration in the slightest, or jadeite retails rather, not to be misleading, for millions of pounds. It can do, if you've got that very definite apple green. Now, obviously, I'm not bringing you jadeite right now, but I am bringing you a gemstone which is exceedingly similar. Similar in its appearance and its characteristics, its semi-translucency, and also that perfect pastel, delicate spearmint blue stroke green. Amazonite is a semi-opaque gemstone which, look, has got a gorgeous blush of greens and blues. If you love your powder palettes, if you love your pastel hues, which are going to be massive this year, and already are actually, I'm seeing them a lot in the shops as well, along with your mustards and your burgundies, but a lot of pastel colours are very in and on trend for 2016. What does that mean to us? I mean, I'm not necessarily a dedicated follower of fashion. I like what I wear and I wear what I like. Yeah, I look at gemstones though and think, okay, well, if the fashion industry is actually following suit, the gemstone colours usually swiftly follow after that, and that does mean a huge price increase will usually be incurred. I can't say for certain, but 9 times out of 10 it does. Amazonite has got one of those lovely pastel colours. These are 2mm faceted rounds. That'll give you that little bit of sparkle, that surface lustre as light glides across the surface of these lovely gemstones. You're getting 3 lovely strands in total. You don't often see Amazonite in this size. It's more frequently in the big, more sort of substantial, elongated nuggets. Absolutely fabulous. But this will be great for channel setting. This will be amazing for accenting. You've obviously got a lot of gemstones actually on each of these strands. Imagine how much you're going to get out of it. Now, let me just give you there's 3 times 5, there's 15 carats in total. And let me just give one of them a measure for you, shall I? Give it a measure for you so you can actually work out approximately the length. 1 second. Okay, oops. This is 38 centimetres, so our average length. 2 millimetres, and you get 38 centimetres. I can't even do the maths that. I really can't do the maths. Gosh, can you do that maths, Laura? I can't do that.
Wasn't 38 centimetres times 3, so it's about just over...
No, 38 centimetres. I'm trying to work out how many gemstones are on each one.
You can't even work that one out. 2 mil, so... No. Oh, no, it's too early.
It's way too early.
I couldn't do it at the best times, if I'm honest.
It's got to be about 200 per strand, isn't it, surely? Martha's saying just shy of 600. Yeah, I'd agree with that as well. Yeah. Should we bring the price in for you? I think that's really important. All 3, the craftsmanship, the skill to get that uniform shape, the gorgeous amounts of luster, all 3 strands, 15 carats, for £12.95 only. You've done a little bit of channel setting in your kits today, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I think, can you imagine this Amazonite alongside the spinel?
I was just thinking that it would be a beautiful addition, but it'd also be a lovely alternative. So whereas the stones that we've got are darker, that would be a lovely lighter, fresher version.
Yeah,
so you'd be able to do everything in this kit, but with those as an alternative.
Absolutely, really beautiful. I'm just looking at your necklace there as well, which is obviously gorgeous opal. Funny you should be wearing that today. But yeah, you could just have a couple of these accenting either side. Use these as a high-end alternative to spacers maybe, rather than, you know, to the decorative beads. If you want to have something which is all gemstone exclusive, then this would be absolutely amazing. Amazonite, like I said, this is totally and utterly natural. Gives you a lovely spearmint bluish green, which is one of my favourites. Perfect for the up-and-coming season, you know, because it does glow somewhat when it's influenced in natural daylight. Again, lots of you getting involved, and you get that luster because it's obviously a semi-translucent gemstone. You're not necessarily going to see brilliance or internal clarity or anything like that. It's all about the surface luster, and you've definitely got it here. Don't you think it boggles the mind though that somebody has taken a gemstone of 2 millimetre size and faceted it 360 degrees?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Up to 600 times.
But if you think of, if you do go down that bridal road, that is a very popular colour of bridesmaids, that sort of lovely green. Yeah. So that would be a lovely kind of accenting jewellery for your bridesmaid. So if you had a lovely tiara and you just had lovely clear and crystals coloured gemstones, but your bridesmaid had that shade of green,
you could just pick it out, couldn't you?
Put a couple so they would mirror you, but they would have that difference.
Yeah, just pick out a couple of colours.
Yeah.
And
it would be subtle though, so it wouldn't be too obvious, but it would still just be enough to change the tone and give that tie-in.
Yeah, tie it in. That's a really lovely idea. I like that. And maybe even in the bouquet as well.
Yeah.
Again, loads of you getting involved. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. 600 individual faceted gemstones here. We've got beautiful diamonds coming up next. And you've just had a little bit of a sneaky peek. Our star buy today is an amazing strand of Ethiopian opal. Shall I show you just quickly, actually? Brand new, guarantee. I beg your pardon. You've seen it before. Okay, but not for a very, very, very long time. It's been reserved. This is coming your way at under £60. Look at the quality that you're getting here. I'm just going to spiral it round. These are big, beautiful rounds. So the same. Are yours rounds or rondelles?
Rondelles, I think.
Yours are rondelles.
I've got the largest section.
I'm sheltering it just because it.
Wow, they would be beautiful.
It gives you a more accurate description or view, shall we say, of what you're actually getting. This is coming up at 10 to 9, so don't go anywhere, and guaranteed under £60. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, last in stock. Last in stock opportunity of diamonds, black diamonds in their organic form. This is a long strand of black diamonds, as you can see, 13 centimetres, and in total 11 carats. I know exactly what when this strand arrived, and I know what it launched for, and I know exactly what it is sold for and what it is selling for today, and it is absolutely incredible. Single-handedly, I do not know of another anywhere on this entire big, beautiful planet that can come even close to what we do with diamonds. I mean, this in its very on-trend, contemporary, faceted by Mother Nature form, black diamonds again with that lovely glistening sparkle would be perfect for your first kit. 11 carats of. I would be doing exactly what Laura's done with her Ethiopian opal necklace. I just literally restrand it like so, and add it to some sterling silver or gold. Your preference, of course. We're now started selling gold here at Jewellery Maker, so you can make your choice between those precious metals, but single-handedly this is the most affordable strand of black diamonds that I've brought you in the past. I can remember it clear as day, and I'm amazed actually that we've still got a few opportunities. It is limited. 17 available in the world. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at the sparkle. There's nothing quite like a black diamond. You know, it's got that really silvery sheen. Genuine black diamonds. We're not talking about, okay, you know, types of gemstones where they put ink and they kind of pretend it is the same gemstone, or synthetics. We're talking about unearthed within a big, have you ever seen a diamond mine as well? They're massive, absolutely massive. Unearthed, Mother Nature produced, the real deal, very on trend to actually have it in its rough formation like this, which gives you a massive amount of sparkle with those silvery sheens. A black diamond, or any fancy diamond for that matter, that's the term we use when it comes to coloured diamonds, whether it be blue, red, green, or black. They're fancy diamonds. They can and they do fetch the same premiums that white diamonds often do as well. It's all about that paparazzi flash. Obviously you can't see internal brilliance. We're not talking about fire or scintillation like we would with a colourless diamond and how the light bends and plays internally. We're talking about all the performance on the outside of this gemstone, because it is an opaque gem, as you can see. 17 remain in the vault. If it's not you, it's me. I've already got black diamonds from Jewellery Maker. I've already got a piece that I've made into a piece of jewellery that I wear quite frequently. 17 of these opportunities are left, but if there's one of them remaining, doubtful, but if there's one of them remaining come the end of the show, I shall be getting it as well. This is why. This is why. £24.95. 11 carats. Now, I remember when we first started bringing you diamonds here at Jewellery Maker, it started off with sort of 3 carats, 4 carats. Amazing, absolutely incredible. I don't know how we've managed to get hold of this wonderful parcel for 11 carats each. So if you get involved right now, you are guaranteed 11 carats of beautiful, genuine diamonds for just £24.95. Next time, and the difficulty, as I was going to say there, next time you're walking past a high-end jeweller's, very few actually sell black diamonds.
It's not commonly sort of sold as more of a classic white diamond or the clear, isn't it? So
or yellowish.
Yeah. See, I like having that slightly different. I like to be a bit different.
Well, you are like Sarah Jessica Parker, aren't you, on Sex and the City? Because she gets engaged with the black diamond, and she actually asks Mr. Big. If you don't watch it, that's fine. I'll just tell you the story quickly. She asks him, who's obviously a very wealthy businessman, why a black diamond? And he says, because you are completely unique.
Oh.
And yeah, it is a bit different. It says a lot about the wearer themselves, you know, something a little bit different. £24.95 only. Look at that gorgeous sparkle. They are sizable. Do you know what? I'm going to take this over with me to Laura, because I think it'll go amazing with the kit. Don't forget it comes in that gorgeous high-end box as well. So just another indication of just how exceedingly high the quality actually is. I'm going to take a wander, Laura. I'm going to come over and see you.
Hi.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Hi. Oh, she is adorable, isn't she? Yeah, did we get the memo for flowers today?
Hearts.
Your hearts and flowers.
Yeah. Oh, you're really tall today. What's going on?
That's because I got this dress because I'm struggling with the maternity wear now. I am starting to struggle, you know, things that fit. So I was like, right, well, this won't touch a single area. But look how long it is. So I have to put heels on. I had to put heels on. So I think it's actually gonna be one of those home sloppy ones in the end. Anyway, I totally digress. Look at the diamond. Should we bring the diamonds in?
Yeah, bring the diamonds in. I mean, I've got those diamonds, and I just recently, last week I think it was, made a ring with them at sterling silver, and I did put a picture on my Facebook page. So have a little look. If not, I'll put it on my guest designer one. And I just, like you say, kind of wove some into a ring, and it's
just a couple.
Yeah,
that's all you need, isn't it? Look. What kind of drill holes, if you've used these, what kind of drill holes have they got on them?
I used a 0.25 wire for it.
Okay, so a finer gauge?
Yeah, so obviously I wouldn't say weave a big open gap. Make sure that your wires are quite close together, almost kind of literally channel setting the diamonds so that they, you know, but nice and, 0.25 is absolutely fine. I'll put a picture on my Facebook page for you later.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm just looking at your necklace again. I can't believe I didn't notice it. Have you just put that on or something? On. You had it on all morning?
Just because you've been too high.
That's what it is, obviously. But yeah, look how stunning Laura's necklace is. But you could just add a couple of diamonds either end as well.
Oh yeah, that would be really beautiful.
Amazing. Now, okay, let's show you this kit because you've had a little sneaky peek of your gorgeous black spinel. Now, this is a long strand of black spinel. Wonderful plain round. So again, it's all about that lovely luster, chic and sophisticated, and it certainly is that. One of our favourite kits. I truly think you've been ruined. You and Pip must be like that. 42 carats of your black spinel. I'll just give this a quick measure. 39 centimetres. There we go. So it's a long strand of spinel. Yeah. Usually with gemstones like spinel, you'd expect it to be that little bit shorter, but actually not the case. Then we've got, again, a lengthy strand of your labradorite in your gorgeous wheels. Now, this is a unique shape.
Yeah.
58 carats in your lovely wheels, which have got angles all the way around. They're not just plain, they've actually got sort of angles all the way around, 360 degrees. So that wonderful labradescence is really going to come out of the gemstones. You'll see the flashes of greens and blues and golds coming within. We had one of the biggest auctions of labradorite on Tuesday when I was with you this morning. One of the biggest auctions of labradorite Tuesday. If you managed to get hold of that, it was graded tanzanite, AAA graded. Get hold of this because I think it'll go amazing. And again, you've got that really high caliber of gemstone. Then we've also got this combination.
Yeah, I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Really stunning. I mean, this is what you expect to see on the red carpet, isn't it? Black spinel. Yeah, you've seen the black spinel. Black pearls. Now, that trio of combination is so Monica Veneda. So Monica Veneda, she's a big designer, personal friend of Steve Bennett's actually, so I'm sure she won't mind us saying that, but she loves to use spinel, she loves to use labradorite, pearls obviously, she's a very high-end and globally recognised jeweller. I love that combination because it is very contemporary and very chic as per the name of this kit. So 3 gemstone combinations there which are just effortlessly stylish. But we're still not done, there's so much more to bring you, including 2 spools of your wire, 10 metres on each length in your 0.8 and your 0.4. Laura, so when it comes to wire working and the pieces of jewellery, they're your essentials really, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I always say the 0.8 is essential to make your own findings, which is what I've been able to do for this kit. And then obviously your 0.4 is brilliant because it goes through all of those gemstones and enables you to attach
even the pearls?
All of them. Everything's been done. I haven't added, the only thing I've added has been some crimps. That's it. I think 2 crimps out of the lot. I even made the earring hoops.
I'll let you off the crimps.
So is that all right? Am I like that one?
I'll let you off the crimps. That's
one thing I can't make. Yeah, unfortunately, I've tried. No, you can't make crimps.
No, yeah, that would be impossible.
That's the one thing I can't do.
It is actually impossible. But again, we've still got so much more to bring you, including 5 pairs in each style. silver-plated copper. Can I just, Lauren, my darling, can you just pass me my tweezers? Sorry, I should have brought those over. You've got lovely chandelier stars, which again, it's not just earrings, and Laura's actually shown you within her inspiration, thank you, lovely, within the inspiration, the pieces that you've made, how to use these as an alternative to your earrings. Now, you're getting tons of these lovely teardrop cascades. So chandeliers. Chandels. I'll tell you what, I'll put my teeth in a minute. Can you get my teeth delivered, please? Yeah, that would be good. Now, I'm going to look for another word because I don't think this defines the beauty of these, but I've seen a chandelier or a connector like this previously before, but not quite the same. A, because of the shape, and B, because you've got these lovely little nodules, can you see, which actually protrude. If I turn it round like that, they protrude somewhat, so they really capture and play with the light. Martha is saying they look like little peacock feathers. Now you're getting 3, 6, 9, 10 of these in total. 10 in total, 5 in each style, because yes, there are other styles as well. These very beautiful and large connectors, which again can be earrings, can be used for various pieces of jewellery, bibs.
Yeah, I think they're
rings.
What you would classically associate as a chandelier because of them being round with the layers. You do anything you want, and I think that's part of the fun with this kit because you get so many, whereas sometimes if you only get 2, you feel a bit limited, bit obligated to make earrings out of them and make a feature out of them, but to have so many, you can really play with them.
Well, 20 in total you're getting, so 10 of the round and 10 of the sort of teardrops. Now again, 20 metres of the wire, your black pearls, your black spinel and your labradorite, and if you got the black diamonds, I think it'll go amazingly with that as well. I'm just going to step over, sort of show you all of Laura's, if I just move that out of the way, all of Laura's stunning pieces of jewellery. Let me move that, move that. Look at this. The earrings. I love how dramatic they are.
They are, aren't they?
You've really gone to town with the length on those, and I think that's fantastic.
Couldn't find an earring stand tall enough to really show them off.
But that's going to be amazing, isn't it? The movement that you're going to get, they're going to have that gorgeous swing.
Yeah, and they're lightweight as well. So again, they've got that impact, but they're lightweight. Yeah,
absolutely incredible. And of course, because you've got the connectors, and so many of the connectors, it means you can create an entire suite, can't you? Which is what you've done here. Again, using both the rounds and also the teardrops, and all the gemstones are included in this as well. So that's amazing. Just showing you how to think outside the box, not just earrings. Use these as features within a necklace design or a bracelet design as well. You've got this lovely channel set ring at the front.
Again, I've used a spinel, but imagine that with the diamond on either side of that black pearl. That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Really would. So gorgeous and lovely weaving there, Laura. Absolutely incredible. And last but by no means least, and I think potentially my favourite.
I had to do something a little bit different.
Look. It's a lovely butterfly. In flight as well.
I like that kind of movement.
Yeah. Wonderfully in flight, so the wings are literally stretched back to give a nice, well, delicate flutter. Anyway, we need to, that's rubbishly described, but anyway.
Just as well the camera wasn't on us.
We need to bring that price point in for you because already lots of you are there. Should be incredibly £38.65 if you were to buy each of these components individually off our own website. But, you know, that surprises me when we're talking about, firstly, silver coloured wire in your 0.8 and your 0.4, labradorite, spinel and your black pearls, but all long strands. Yeah. You know, even the pearl is a long strand.
It's a full strand.
It's got to be, it's about 38 centimetres approximately, and 20 individual connectors. This morning, however, not 38.65, we're going to crash it straight down. £17 back in, just shy, back in your pocket to treat yourself to something else, whatever that might be. £21.95. I'd pay that for the spinel, I'd pay that for the pearls, I'd pay that for the labradorite. Going back to, and sorry to sound like a broken record here, but going back to wire when I was up in the office, Laura, and we used to sort of put together kits and things like that, a wire, 10 metres, would be what, about £8?
Yeah, it used to be.
Did used to be?
I mean, when you think of those connectors as well, normally just to buy a pack of 5 of those, you'd be looking at around about the £10 mark as well.
You would, wouldn't you?
You've got 20 there. And don't forget, I have gone majorly gem heavy, so, you know.
And connector heavy as well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a 360 piece.
Yeah, goes all the way around. I mean, I've got 5 pieces out of that. It's gem heavy. I used all the connectors up. I still got a sprinkling of spinel and labradorite, which I could easily make a couple more rings with. I've still got a little bit of wire left. Yeah. So, you know, I've gone to town with that, but I've still got, you can do whatever you want.
Loads more. Michelle in Derbyshire, the connectors are great for connecting hand chains or body chains.
Yeah.
And good morning to you, my darling, as well. Yeah, what a great idea. What, just sort of mid-hand? It's a lovely idea.
This is what you're playing about with all of these ideas, and this, when you get something like this, you really have to kind of rein it in. I really struggled to kind of just keep it to that one design because you've got all these options. I was toying with that hand chain piece, but yeah, the body chain would be amazing because you've got all those connectors.
Yeah, nice idea. And you've got 20 of them as well. Yeah. As you can see, very popular. Do stay on those phone ads, and very good morning to you all as well. What is it you're going to be demoing, my darling?
Well, we're going to go for the butterfly, but I mean, if we've got time, I'm happy to talk through the connecting of the main necklace as well.
Fabulous.
So we'll see what we do.
So look, butterfly in flight.
It was just, that was actually, again, it was toying about and being able to fine-tune your designs.
But the shape there, actually, you kind of, did it remind you straight, was that your inspiration? Did you put them together and think, oh?
Well, this is it. It's, you know, you've got these lovely connectors, you get these shapes, and I was literally just thinking, right, how can I piece them together? How can I do like something?
Jigsaw.
Yeah, and so I did have planned out that main necklace. I have cheated a tiny bit, and I've actually, for once with me, I've used glue just to pop those spinels in the actual connector loops.
Would you say? I don't think that's cheating.
Because to me it makes it look nice because it looks like they're set.
Yeah,
floating, and it takes away the kind of loop effect. However, the loops on their own look really nice as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's cheating. You've got a full 360 there.
And that's what I was going for. I thought it made it just complete.
Okay.
So as I said, yeah, I was playing about. I did do that main piece, but it did actually take me a lot longer probably to do this kit than I did the other kit, which has got a lot of wire work in it because of deciding on a design. So if I just grab, sorry, I had them. I was going to show you quickly, this is where we were going. I did toy, oh, thank you, with doing a full butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
So I did toy with that. So I had the pieces set like this. I'd already had it set that I wanted to do a butterfly. I had this side set, and I toyed with it. So I had this one here, and I also toyed with it being the main centre feature.
Or a flower.
Yeah, it could be a flower, it could be anything you could add. The fifth one there, look, oh, that's pretty. See, I didn't think of that.
That's like a passion flower.
So you can see this is a really good little investment kit because I would be getting a couple because there's so much scope with the shapes.
Lovely. Liz is saying, thank you, Laura. I've been trying to find different ways to use the earring connectors. Inspirational designs again. Love it.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely. That's adorable. Well, nice message.
I think if you don't work with these types of materials very often, which I don't, because I do so much wire work, it's nice because I can approach it slightly differently to somebody who maybe does do a lot of beadwork and connecting.
Well, you're kind of forced to use them,
yeah, we didn't have much choice, but sometimes that's good because it puts you...
Not literally forced, but...
yeah, like hands behind my back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you could see there, you could do the flower, but I was thinking, how could I do the main butterfly and have it connected as a part of that necklace? And after lots of umming and ahhing, I decided to just stick to my half a butterfly.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is take my 0.4 wire, okay, and I was trying to be organised and lay all my tools out. I still can't find them. What you needed to do is connect all of these little loops to each other, but in a way that you can use them to connect, but also to make the feature of the design as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I'm just taking my 0.4 wire, placing it through the centre of one of the sort of wings in effect. Yeah, the other reason I backed out of doing the full butterfly was I'd already started to do half of it, and I knew I'd have to mirror it. Right, fair. And you know, I'm like with having to sort of repeat.
But also it's unusual to see butterfly pendants like that. Where
that's my favourite type.
Yeah, where they're actually in flight. There usually is the, you know, as they're...
The full wingspan as such, isn't it? Right, so I'm just wrapping that about 3 times just onto the edge, okay? And it's just connected it. So I've got a tiny little tail, okay? And then what I'm going to do is take one of the little black spinel, feed it on. And I want it to kind of sit in the connectors. What I'm doing is I'm using these connectors as a kind of a base. So the spinels sit really lovely on top of them.
Use it as a setting.
Yeah, so it's keeping it secure, and you can then feed that wire through. If you can see. Hold that stone on, and that's just kind of locked in place. Okay. And then what I want to do is attach this side. So the way that I'm going to lay it down for you, just to see, is you want all of the rows, so you want it to kind of go, so all of your I say jump rings, they're not jump rings, but the connecting loops are all on the same side in a row. And your two single ones are on the outside.
So you're kind of sewing with your wire, aren't you? With the 0.4 wire that you get within the kit.
Yeah, I'm sewing, basically, and I'm stitching, and I'm making it look pretty as I go along.
Would you say that this is great for new beginners then?
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, well, I'm not a wire worker, I don't think you really have to be necessarily a wire worker with this, because I must admit, it's certainly my challenge. It's it's my Achilles heel in jewellery making. It's something I need to
I think you could. I know you could make this quite easily.
Because you're basically sewing, aren't you?
You are literally sewing.
Okay.
And all you're doing is just thinking a little bit about your design as you go. The only thing you do have to think about is giving security as you go. Yeah. And that's the only thing really wire work based that you're doing with this, is making sure that it's got that secure connection and becomes like a solid piece. If I show you the back of the actual piece, you'll see that it is very it is just stitching, but it's giving it stability. So this it's got a bit of movement, obviously, because it has just been sewn with wire, but it's not, it's holding its shape.
Absolutely.
It's stable.
Just to give you a little bit of a heads up, web bidders, if it's in your baskets, it's not a huge quantity kit, so you will need to check out as soon as you possibly can if you want to guarantee success. We don't frequently get your black pearls and your black spinels in one kit. Very, very, very rarely. So Shirley, Maggie, Jill, check out those baskets as soon as you possibly can. Telephone bidders, please do stay where you are. If you haven't yet dialed, not a problem. There is still a few opportunities, but it is getting more limited, as it's obviously hugely popular with our jewellery makers. Now, we'll leave the details at the bottom of the screen for you to speak to our contact centre. Now, just before we go any further with the demonstration, and as Laura's literally sort of doing her weaving, we spoke about these a couple of weeks ago, actually, your mandrels and just how perfect they are. Now, this is not just about an obvious making your rings. You can also make jump rings with these. You can actually use it to make use the shape of the mandrel as well, because we haven't got just circular, you've also got a rectangular. Now, I've seen triangle before, but not a rectangle before. Now, as you can see, they're substantial. These are steel, so that once you've got these, as long as you don't lose them, then they are made and built to last without shadow of a doubt. And having worked in jewellery establishments and retailers before, which had workshops, this is what the professional jewellers and silversmiths and goldsmiths actually use. They use exactly the same tools as these, you know, because you can use all your hammers on them, because they're not going to damage, they're not going to dent in any way, shape or form. Laura, can you just give us a quick demonstration of how you use these?
Let me just find my 0.8 wire, or I may have put it away.
And also, can I ask you, Laura, rectangular, we don't get the rectangular. I've seen the round previously, but look at that shape.
No, that's really cool. You know, they're brilliant if you do your metal sheet or anything like that. But again, I'm a bit known for using tools for something not really what they're meant to be used for.
Well, that's all right, though, isn't it? I mean, think outside the box.
Yeah.
Let's bring that price tag in for you, because I'm intrigued. Also, I haven't seen the rectangular shape before. So you're getting both for £7.95. Now, again, going back to what I was talking about, silversmiths and goldsmiths, if you go to any retailers with a workshop and everything like that, most of them tend to have them out the back. This is the kind of tool that they're working off.
Yeah, definitely. And as I was saying, I like to use the round one because I like to make a lot of pendants. I like them to have larger bails. So what I tend to like to do is to be able to put a tool like the round one through the bail after. It's almost like a ring mandrel. You know how you put a ring mandrel on to reshape it to a round shape? Yeah. I use the round tool to actually reshape and round out the bail and get a really nice pendant bail.
And they are graduated, so you have got the different sizes.
So again, it tapers, so it enables you to sort of do that. Would you like me to show?
Please do. Yeah? Which one do you want?
Which one would you like me to show?
Well, can we use the rectangular? Because I'm really intrigued by the rectangular one.
Okay.
I've seen the round mandrel. I know you've probably seen the round mandrel. There's lots and lots of you with it. Tutorials, by the way. Lots of our guest designers use these. Yeah. I know the lovely Fleur uses them for chainmail. Yeah, absolutely. Lovely Fleur is our chainmail expert. If you run out of jump rings,
oh yeah,
it's quite frustrating, isn't it?
It is very frustrating.
Well, all is not lost if you own these mandrels, because you can make your own as long as you've got some wire. 0.8 gauge preferably.
Well, I'm using 0.8
You're using 0.8 right now. You can create your own jump rings, and even better than that, you can actually do them in a graduation.
Yeah.
So what you're doing now, Laura, is you've actually put the end into the top of the mandrel.
Just to hook it, just to give me a bit of...
Now, I did not know that you did that.
Well, I just thought I'd try it, and it seems to work.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't go too far down, so it's not like a hollow.
So you literally put it about a centimetre in, and that holds it. Gosh, isn't that clever? It's like a gizmo.
Yeah, so now I can treat it like a gizmo, and what I am doing is putting quite a lot of pressure between my finger and my thumb, just when I turn it, to really hold that wire tight to the tool, so that it really goes and gets those angles.
Yeah, you want it to sit flush, because otherwise it's not going to have the shape, is it? And that's the whole point.
Want it to have that shape, yeah. So I'm just going to take it off. Hopefully.
So what would you use your rectangular jump rings for?
Well,
I know you can use them in chainmail as decorative jump rings, but you can use them connectors maybe?
Yeah, you can make it as connectors. I was hoping to make a coil, so I wrapped it a little bit too tight, so don't wrap it quite as tight as I
that's because I was saying, look, you've got to wrap, it's got to be nice and tight, otherwise you wouldn't have that shape. Again, you can use this with all our different types of wires as well. You're not restricted.
No, that was because I was doing it too tight then. Originally it was nice and loose. So what you can do, look, you've got a really cool kind of, just a more angular coil there. So you could actually...
Can I just hold that up for everybody at home, just to show everybody? If I maybe...
So that would be really lovely with gemstones just dropped down the centre, or over a bracelet, a fine bracelet.
Yes, I mean, this would be gorgeous with sort of angled gemstones, maybe a labradorite that you've just seen in your kit, because that has got those faceting wheels. Can you imagine a couple of those sort of just...
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, because it would kind of, because it's
almost like channel setting.
Yeah,
really.
It would, and because of the shape of it, it's going to sit lovely against your wrist. Yeah. Because it's flat. So.
Needs to say, lots of you getting involved as well. Well done. You're getting both. You're getting the two mandrels. You're getting your oval and also, your rectangular and your round, and they are solid steel mandrels as well. Now these don't have the sizes. They're not meant to be sizing mandrels. These are meant to be sort of functional mandrels that you use to preform and shape with. Yeah, absolutely. Start creating maybe petal-like designs with these as well. Lots and lots of fun, and you'll find, like Laura actually said, lots of uses for them as well once you get hold of them. If you look on the web elsewhere, so the big auction sites, the familiar ones, I highly doubt that you'd find even one of these mandrels, because I can remember how much they actually sell for $7.95. So do grab it whilst you can. Absolutely amazing. So
it work hardens it as well. You felt that. Feel how hard that is.
What do you mean by work hardening for the new?
It just makes it a little bit more solid set. So whereas if you hold that. Whereas this is a 0.8 wire, it's got a lot of movement in it. It's very fluid and very buttery. Whereas where it's been turned and the heat of the movement, it has slightly work hardened it, which has made it more set in its shape. Yeah. So that has now, if you feel it, and I appreciate it's just us telling you this, but it's got more rigidity to it, hasn't it? Which
yes, absolutely. It's a bit more solid.
Bear in mind it's a 0.8.
Now, please don't be concerned when you get your mandrels that if they come and they're a little bit sort of tacky, it's basically, they're lubricated, and we do that deliberately. It's for the transportation basically of them. It just basically looks after the metal before it arrives to your door. So you can wipe it off as soon as you can, as soon as you get it home, but it's preserving the quality of the actual product itself. So $7.95 only. Thank you, my lovely, for talking us through that, because I've not seen the rectangular one before.
It just gives you a bit more variety, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And especially if you do use your metal sheet, because you can really sort of get those sharp angles.
Get those shapes.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go over the rest of this. So I'm taking my wire, and what I'm going to do is I want to feed it back on, but I'm going over the front of the wire just to get a good secure wrap.
The kit is at the bottom of the screen, by the way, the one which Laura's demonstrating with.
And what I want is, I don't want the loops to overlap, I want them to sit next to each other, okay? And then if I turn it back around, I'm going to pop another little spinel on. Now this is just my pattern. You can do whatever pattern you want, but what I wanted to do was start off with it being a little bit finer and then graduate larger to incorporate that sort of different size of wings, okay, and to take that gap into consideration. So then what you can do is just wrap that wire a couple of times around, and then I've got this little gap here in the centre here. So the little labradorite wheels are ideal for this because of the shape of them. They fit
All
in.
the gemstones are really lovely shapes with these connectors, aren't they? You know, sometimes you might... certain shapes and sizes, like a 12mm, just wouldn't work, would it, really, with these connectors?
No.
These are all perfectly sized.
They go in perfectly. And again, it's just sitting in that little gap, just to fill that little gap in a little tiny bit. And then again, wrap around the next frame, which is the smaller teardrop frame. And now my wire's right in the centre. What I want to do is pop a pearl in. So I'm just going to wrap it and just bring it so that when I do add that pearl, it will sit centrally. So all I've done is just sort of brought the wire to the other side of that little centre feature, really. So then when you pop your pearl on, which I found...
Oh, do you know what, Laura? I'm just thinking, because flora and fauna is really inspirational right now in a lot of designers. I'm just thinking about sort of having all different butterflies, whether they're in flight or whether they're like... Because you've got enough connectors in this kit to maybe have us all the way down the hairline.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
If you've got lovely long hair, or you know someone that's got lovely long hair, you can actually sort of clip it in and have butterflies all the way down. That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Or even just head pins. You can have them on hair combs, couldn't you?
There's a lot of scope with it.
I bet little girls would love these.
So all I've done then is use that connecting loop at the top there to secure that pearl. Now you just basically continue. So that would be that one piece done. And then what I would do is so obviously before you start your next piece, cut the tail ends nice and close to the frame, and then this one here. But what I did was I did need a wire to create a loop. So I've actually not used this top loop. I've created a loop out of the wire to attach the jump rings from. Okay, so you can see that there. So again, I wanted to give that illusion of it almost being a floating type of necklace. I didn't want
the movement of it, isn't it? It's, if you've got a butterfly, you expect a little bit of movement with it, don't you? So
exactly.
Amazing.
So again, if I was redoing this design as I am now, because I know that I wanted to add that feature there, I would then add my pearl now. Whereas because I was building it at a time, I went back afterwards. So there's nothing wrong with going back afterwards and adding the pearl. So what I would do then is just cut that wire around there. But what I'll do is I'll just show you how I did the loop. So with that wire, you can pull it to the back of the loop and just create a nice wrapped loop. But what I will say is do a double wrap because it is only a 0.4. Okay. So a little tiny bit above the loop.
Can we go really slowly with a double wrap so everyone knows what you do with a double wrap loop?
So I've got the wire and I've got it facing away from me, and I'm going to fold it over the top plier. I'm just rotating my pliers round now so that the wire is underneath. Bring it all the way around. Now normally a wrap loop we would just wrap around
like so.
Now, but what I'm going to do is take my pliers out, reposition them, and just re-wrap that wire around. So it goes around twice. And now I'm going to do my wrap around that little bit of wire.
So it just gives you that it's a bit of insurance really, isn't it?
It's a 0.4 wire, so what I've done in effect is given it that bit more strength. And I've also, on the main necklace, done that with every connecting pearl loop to the connectors is double looped. Right. So it gives that security, and also you know, when you're doing a jump ring, there's always that slight risk of it slipping through the join. Because I hand-made the jump rings as well, so I didn't use any extra jump rings.
Using your mandrel?
Yes.
There we go. So use me mandrels that are on your screen right now. Absolutely fantastic. So again, it's just a case of sewing and building up. And then what you want to do is, I'll just explain quickly with the body. So once you've filled everything in, with the drop here, you'll see I've used a very fine featherweight head pin. Okay, and I've just attached it, and I did that because I wanted it to have that little feature of the bottom of a wing. And then to create the body, I took another piece of 0.4. Now you'll see there's little tiny spacers in between. That is where I've removed the loops off of the earrings.
So where
I use them.
Because they came off complete.
How did you remove them?
Very, very carefully. And I've removed, I think it's the bottom and top one on this one as well. So on the necklace, on the butterfly, I'm actually going to remove the bottom one here. So just taking my pliers, just gently
rock it.
Now some of them are going to go a little bit better than others. I better choose the one, and it will.
Typically, you got the one that's been.
I'll try it on this one, yeah. It's typical. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
So you don't want to force it. I will say don't force it. If you think for 1 second it's not going to work, don't force it. Just take your cutters and cut it.
Yeah.
All right. But what I did was I removed the centre one on the top, and then because these ones have been used to connect. Sorry, I'll turn it around for you. These ones have been used to connect the centre body part. Then this one in here is all used, and then we just remove this bottom one here. And then what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to literally attach the body on a piece of 0.4 wire.
Lovely.
And to create a little sort of antenna.
You've just got a head pin.
I just took a head pin and wrapped it.
Oh, lovely.
So I didn't even connect it to anything, but I really like the fact that it had that ball end.
The ball at the end.
So I spiraled it and just attached it to the frame.
You've got some lovely text messages coming in, Laura, as always. Lots of love for the binding. Sarah in Suffolk, stunning butterfly, love it, with a little smiley face, absolutely beautiful. There are lots of others. We haven't got time to show them all, but we will make sure that Laura does get them. Thank you so much, Laura. As always, isn't she amazing? Now, speaking of, and we didn't plan this, did we? I didn't say, Laura, can you wear your opals tomorrow?
No.
But ironically, Laura's wearing hers. Now, it's slightly different because yours are rondelles and these are plain rounds. Very rare to get plain rounds with opal. And it's coming up as a star buy. Amazing saving. These have been under lock and key until now from pretty much almost a year, actually. So they've not been on your screens for a long, long, long time. Exclusively reopened to our Jewellery Maker family this morning with a big clearance sale. It's your star buy and it's up next. Whilst we know that Ethiopian opal is an infamous gemstone, I mean, most of us tend to recognise it, and it's been written about by William Shakespeare himself as the Queen of Gems. It's a little known fact that this is a gemstone which is very unique in the fact that it doesn't have a crystal structure, the same that a diamond will, that rubies do, or sapphires do. It forms in a very unique way. Forgive me for those of you that already know this, it's because our Jewellery Maker family, you're wonderfully knowledgeable about gemstones, but for those that are new, maybe tuning in for the very first time, opal forms within cracks and crevices in the host rock, and it's tiny silica spheres that form over obviously millions of years this gorgeous, beautiful gemstone. Now it's the silica spheres, which is essentially water. When they are sporadically positioned, because they can be kind of like ducks in a row, if you like sort of all in individual lines, or they can be dispersed a little bit, I don't know, like atoms going crazy within something. When they're like that, that's when you start seeing what we call play of colour, or performance of colour. And that is basically as white light enters into the gemstone, the spectrums that you see. The more and the higher amount of your spectrum of colours, the more valuable the gemstone absolutely is. Particularly the top colours of the spectrum, so reds, oranges, yellows, and your blues. Now, more than that though, opal can come from different locations around the world, but Ethiopian opal is very, very unique. It's unique in the fact that it has got a semi-translucency, also referred to as hydrophane. So you don't just see that play of colour across the surface of the gem, you see the play of colour right the way into the heart of the gemstone as well. And totally and utterly natural. Now, wow, already 5 connoisseurs have said yes to this gorgeous strand at, what, £80 did we say? $79.95. It's not your closing price, so you are going to get some money back in your pockets. I did say it's going to be a massive, substantial price reduction. It's been under lock and key, and consider this. Why would we do that as a business? Why do we monitor the gemstones that we sort of bring to air? We simply have to, because we understand that, and retailers will do exactly the same. We understand or kind of have to predict what's going on in the future. We saw that there was a difficulty with the Ethiopian opal. We go direct to the mines in many cases, and last time that we went, much like Tanzanite, we came away with very, very little. The last parcel I saw purchased was at the beginning of last year. That was the last parcel I actually saw. Amazing quality. If you go onto my Facebook page, Elena Barker Presenter, it's right down, because we are talking about well, pretty much almost a year ago now, when I was over in Jaipur. I saw an amazing parcel of Ethiopian opal being purchased, and I know exactly how high end and the price tag was actually attached to it. But so we've put certain strands, certain gemstones under lock and key, and we do that because we simply don't want them all to sell out. And especially imagine the tragedy that it would be if the news broke, and you'd be disappointed with us as well. Imagine if the news broke, right, that's it, Ethiopian opal is no longer in production. Guess what? That's happened, so we were right once again, and then we can't bring it to you. You'd be very frustrated. So we do monitor the actual progression, I suppose, of all gemstones, and that's something that not just us as retailers, pretty much every gem trader will do as well. It's just logical sense. But we don't then slap on a huge price tag. No, actually, we'll bring it to you a price clearance, which I know is illogical, but that's fantastic for you. Already, tons of you on those phone lines. I'm sheltering this because that gives you a more accurate performance of the play of colour. Here in the studios, we've got so many different light sources, it actually can drown out your Ethiopian opal. This is your price reduction, your massive clearance. It could have retailed way higher, and I'm talking in excess of £80 in actual fact. Tons and tons and tons of you on those phone lines, just $59.95. This is a long strand, as you can see on the graphics, 30 centimetres of natural Ethiopian opal. Laura, your necklace, how simple was that to create, and yet you could retail that for hundreds of pounds?
Yeah, and it is on the sterling silver, the rhodium
plated.
Rhodium plated sterling silver, and it's so simple to wear, and it's going to go with everything, and it's one of my favourite styles with any type of graduated strand. So for this is ideal because it really bounces off of the skin, the light of the opal really reflects.
Especially at the décolletage. I'm a big fan, and it's obviously everyone's personal choice. When you've got quality Ethiopian opal like this, if you wear it at the décolletage, given the fact, especially the forthcoming seasons right now, this area of the body sees quite a lot of light. It's not sheltered somewhat. You know, your ears, in your ears, for example, it might be sheltered from your hair or something like that. But the décolletage in particular sees a lot of light, so it's only going to show off the play of colour. Huge substantial saving, and I hope you understand why not just us, all of our retailers will deliberately monitor and kind of have to look into the future and predict. I know it's always difficult for us as well because it's a guess at the end of the day, but have to try and estimate what we believe is going to happen in the future. 9 times out of 10, mind, we're usually right, because we had the same situation with your morganite. We bought a big parcel of morganite and then stopped buying it altogether. I think it's actually, and it might have changed since I was over at TGC, I don't know, but 4 years was the last time they bought a parcel of morganite. I'm not saying you haven't bought it for 4 years, but they haven't actually bought a parcel. Because they predicted massive price increases. Ethiopian opal, again, we saw what was going to happen. We interpreted that we were thinking, yeah, you know what, this is so scarce right now, so little is coming out of the ground of this quality, it may well deplete before Tanzanite. And guess what, that main seam has done. It's still being produced and unearthed just to the west, but only a small location. We've got a lovely message coming through from Christine in Lincolnshire. Hello to you, my darling. We'll just sort the graphics out, Christine. 1 minute. We'll try again. We saw you briefly, Christine. Hooray! Got mine. Have been waiting ages for the round ones. I'm so excited. Hubby has bought them for me. For my birthday. Happy birthday, Christine. I hope you have a lovely day. And what a great way to start the day as well. Aren't they incredible? Look at all the multi-buyers that I have here. There you are, Christine. I can see you in Lincolnshire. In fact, you've got 2, haven't you? Ooh. Lorraine, I hope I've not let... I hope I've not spoiled a surprise now. Lorraine, well done. London, Kent, multi-buying. Kerry and Paul, multi-buying. Hello to you. Mithaly, what a lovely name. Essex, Lucy, Sharon, hello to you. Deborah, Jilly, you've got yours, multi-buying. Suffolk, Sheila, Catherine, Christine in Essex, Christine in Lincolnshire, Gail and Angela. I've still got Shirley, Jane and Tracy with it in your baskets, and I've got telephone bidders there. We've got quantity, but it's getting limited, so do grab it whilst you can. Don't go anywhere though, because we've got more inspiration from the one, the only Laura binding. We've got more brand new wins, including amazing amethyst, sunstone, tanzanite coming up as well after this.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Well done, everybody. What a beautiful Ethiopian opal strand. And again, it gets better when you get it home. Not only the savings that you've got there, but the sheer quality of the gemstones. You'll be absolutely delighted. And please do get in touch with me. I'd love to hear from you when you... I like hearing first reactions, you know, when you open that little white box and you think, oh, yes, I did really well. Yeah, it's that pat on the back moment, you know. So I'd love to hear from you. Now, we've got loads coming up, including some of the biggest amethyst prisms that I've ever seen. They are absolutely amazing. I'd just be taking one of those and creating a really lovely 32-inch long line necklace piece. That would be fabulous. We've got amazing fire opal, we've got sunstone, we've got incredible rainbow moonstone coming your way. There's tanzanite coming up, new connectors coming your way. And also, to get this show underway with the lovely Kimbo, who is in the hot seat right now. You're right, Kimbo? Oh, she's off for a weekend of romance to lovely Venice. I tell you what, we're a cultured pair, aren't we? Check us out. I was in Rome and you're off to Venice. Oh, I love it. It's the romance, isn't it? You and Phil, lots. I want pictures on gondolas. Definitely, you've got to tag me in some of these pictures. Just, that might look a bit weird, actually. Don't tag me. Because they'll be like, it'll be like, where's Elle? Me in the background. Yeah, I know, I don't want to be in the background of that. But I would like to see pictures. Can you send them to me? And I'll put them on my presenters page as well, so you can all see Kim and Phil on a gondola, bless them. So there's a lot of romance. And you go tonight, don't you, Kimbo? So lovely. She's really excited. Really, really, really excited. Are you a romantic deep down, Kim? I think you are. I think she hides it, but she is quite romantic. And I definitely think Phil is. Speaking of romance, so have you ever been on a gondola, by the way? I know you have, Laura.
They're scary. They're really low.
They are really low. Yeah. Getting in and out of them is quite difficult.
Yeah, it's an experience.
If you've been on a gondola, have you ever noticed that the seats that you sit on, the two seats, I mean, there's a couple, aren't there? You get the one, the people that are, you know, relegated to just the wooden bit. But then if you've got just a couple, the seats often are in red leather and they've got like a heart shape at the back of the gondola. Oh, the irony. The irony that I've got some gorgeous heart shapes coming your way. This charm is beautiful. I want it. I want it, and I'm just going to literally attach this to, not even my charm bracelet, I'd attach this to a sterling silver chain. So lovely. Now, I've got my little unofficial goddaughter. She's, bless her, she was born, she's about to celebrate her first birthday. She was born very prematurely, and my best friend had a right start. She was in hospital for a long length of time. I see something like this, and A for my best friend, another for my mum, another for me, and another one for little Poppy Povey as well. I just think this would be so beautiful. That's my unofficial goddaughter. So beautiful, and something that she can wear and enjoy forever and a day. Now, they are 360 degrees. You've got that lovely detailing, and obviously a substantial amount of your sterling silver in here as well. The average gram weight is on the bottom of your screen, 3.4 grams in total. So just see, you can just literally feed it through. Not necessarily a charm. You could feed it through a sterling silver chain. Or bracelet for that matter, and wear it like so. You could, if you multi-buy, you could very easily turn these into earrings. They're so pretty. I want to buy this. I want to buy this, and if you are like-minded with us here at Jewellery Maker and like to do your price comparisons, if you go on that very well-known charm shop, you know, the ones that's in all of the different shopping centres and things like that, you know that brand. There's one which is nearly identical to this, and it is £30. £30. Now, I've got friends that have charm bracelets from that shop. Kim's saying my mum does. Yeah, I've got friends that do. Every time that, and bless them, and that's absolutely fine. If it, you know, it's a brand essentially. I'm not saying they're not beautiful pieces of jewellery. I'm not saying that. They don't necessarily have genuine gemstones, but they're more expensive. It's the brand that you're paying for. Good job we don't do that here at Jewellery Maker. We'll bring you that precious, beautiful, lustrous sterling silver, all of the detailing like this, and instead of charging you £30, we'll bring it to you at £9.95. And how do we do that? Because I've been asked that so many times before. You think about it, our quantity, and how many have we got here, Kimbo? 93 in total. I almost said it. Almost said it. A certain shop would not sell 93 in a day, in a week probably. I don't know, I've not worked in those establishments, let alone in a matter of a couple of minutes. We've just, Jennifer, Louisiana multi-buying, Yorkshire multi-buying, Angela, you're with me as well, straight away making confirmations. I'm not just buying one of these as well. I'm thinking, right, one for my little Poppy Popster, one for Gemma and Mum, who's my best friend, one for me and one for my mum. I think they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? And like you say, I've got a friend who's very addicted to brand names, and she's one of my best friends, but she does love her sort of names. But I would buy that for her birthday, because it's something affordable for me that still has that high level, and I think it would deserve to go on that same bracelet quite happily.
You can see the quality and you can feel the quality. I mean, this is not flimsy. You know, if I turn it again like so, it's a really substantial amount of your 925 sterling silver. Janet, Karen, Silvana, I wonder if anyone's brave enough to actually to get this, put it on that brand of bracelet and walk it into the shop and just go. I wonder if anyone's brave enough to do that. I've actually been escorted out of jewellery premises before. Only one. Not that shop, but I have actually been told to leave a premises before because they knew I was price comparing, basically. Fair enough, you know, they politely asked me to leave. Janice in West Midlands, Peggy, Christine, lovely to be with you. Lancashire, you're there on those phone lines. Again, 93 is all we have. I'm going to be getting involved as well. And like I said, I'm buying how many? Poppy, Gemma, me, 4 straight away. I'll probably get one for the present drawer as well. Well done. Okay, moving on to this gorgeous travel case. This one. Now, this one. Yeah, hang on, there we go. Oh, the flat one. Sorry. Kim's like, no, not that one. Oh, yeah, that one. I relaunched this on Tuesday, Kimbo. Relaunched it. If you weren't able to tune, is that all we've got left? Okay, we had 500. How many went on Tuesday then? Yeah, I thought so. Over half the stock went on Tuesday. Now, when we first brought you this travel case, it was, and Laurie, we were talking about it, you've got yours there, haven't you? Firstly, we outsourced it from a different brand, so couldn't necessarily bring it to you at the price point that we could. It's plain black, and I don't mean to be rude, but it's not as exciting as this, is it?
No, it's not. It's easy to lose.
It's easy to lose.
That in my studio, which is full of black shelves and everything else.
Yes.
It's easy to put this down and to be like, obviously I'm not an organised person, so like, where is it? Whereas with that, you'll go straight to it.
I know we were talking about it on Tuesday, Laura, but I do really love our Jewellery Maker branding, don't you? I just think it's straight away. I love the fact that we're really passionate about it being a family and a community, essentially. And this really does show off that you are part of the Jewellery Maker family. And I'm not talking about us as I'm talking friendship-wise, you know, because I do think it is a real friendship. So relaunched only Tuesday. We've only got 150 of these remaining now, so get it as soon as you possibly can. I don't know when it's going to be back in stock. It took us a long time to sort of rebrand it. Now, obviously, A4 size. Yes, you can fit your macrame board in there as well. I was asked that on Tuesday, and yeah, you can very easily put that in. It's got a Velcro fastening, obviously with the JM branding, and it is wipeable, so you can wipe it clean. If I open it up, adorable little tools. I love these tools. Look at them. They're little mini sizes. So great for travelling, great for youngsters as well. But at the same time, if you've got sort of dexterity issues, or if you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, they're not going to be comfortable to work with, absolutely they really are, because they still fit nice in the hand. But they're the smaller version of your cutters, your round nose pliers, and your flat nose. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's your basic starter kit, but smaller. Miniaturised.
And you've got all your little elasticated pieces here where you can attach things to. You've got a lovely pocket there at the bottom, so you can actually put lots of things in there, which snap closed as well. This is what we call a bead tray, so great for the newcomers. Those of you that are new to Jewellery Maker, this is one of those things that you think, is that essential? Well, I would say so, yes, because it helps you. It actually helps you with the positioning of your pieces of jewellery. It gives you all the little trays, which, believe me, is an issue. If you start making jewellery, gemstones have a tendency to wander, even if you're doing it on your dining room table or something like that. So you do need a bead tray, just putting them in for your organisation and your findings as well. So you get that. It does come out. You can use this for your sketching, all of your different crafts as well. And like I said earlier on, easily fits a macrame board in there as well, whether it be the mini or the large size. Let's just pretend this is a macrame board because it's actually smaller than what a macrame board is. About the same thickness. I'll show you again, just for demonstrational purposes. So you just position it like this, close it up. See? So you can easily fit that macrame board in. Oh, Laura says, here you go, Al. You can have this one.
Oh, that was bad. That was very bad. There we go. Sorry.
Thanks, honey. So again, there we go. There's this is the mini macrame board. Fold it over. Use your Velcro, and it closes like so. Easy as. Easy as. So great. We were talking about individual projects as well. So not only if you're going on holiday for the caravan, we had lots of messages coming in saying, Eleanor, I'm going on holiday to the caravan and this is what I'm going to be taking this. But great for individual commissions as well. So yeah, transporting your pieces of jewellery, great for the professional side of things. Andrew in South Yorkshire, I've paid nearly £5 for a tray on its own. Before, yeah, absolute bargain. It is, and I can remember what we relaunched this at, and it was plain black before. I love the fact that it has got that JM proud branding. I hope we never change it. I love it so much. Coming your way, relaunch at £9.95, but we started with 500. That's how many we had on Tuesday. Now we're probably in double figures now, aren't we? Yeah, thought so. But we will recap it, stock permitting as well. Kathleen, Jacqueline, Manchester, Angela, Gail. Did you manage to get hold of yours?
Sarah's got one for me, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
Lovely Sarah from Cheshire's got one, so I am getting one.
Yeah, Laura, she was actually making an appeal on air, live television, saying, if anyone's watching right now, please can you buy me one? And yes, Sarah, one of your workshop attendees is bringing. Yeah. When is that workshop?
It's not on my workshop. She's coming on to Andrew. She's been on my workshop.
Okay, so she's
I will get mine in a couple of weeks. But that's fine. I've got one to go with, but I'm looking forward to my nice bright fun one. It makes you feel happy.
Can I show yours?
Yeah, go for it.
This is what we originally launched, going back. When do you think that was, Laura?
Oh, it was a while ago. I mean, I was lucky enough to get that in the shop because, again, they were so popular. They did come and go. Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to show you the branding because I am making a direct comparison. In fact, I'll turn it round. But it's just a bit boring.
It's a bit smaller by the look of it.
And also, do you mind me saying? Please don't take offence, Laura. It's a bit grubby, isn't it?
Wait, don't take offence. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, there
because it is. Because it's a fabric, basically.
Yeah, because it goes in the boot of my car.
It's going to naturally pick up dust and gather and everything. So whereas this one, simple baby wipe or whatever.
Yeah. See, that one goes in the boot of the car because obviously I put it in flat. I have work in progress in mine because you can literally have stuff in your tray, close it over, obviously keep it flat, but I put it in the boot of my car and it means that I can take my work with me. And like you say, if you are in a caravan, and if you've got anything like my husband who has a little head fit at me every now and again, I've got jewellery everywhere, you just shut it and put it away under the bed or something and it's gone.
Yeah, out of his
sight.
Yeah, absolutely, for you to bring out again. I'll leave that with you. And again, look at that. Look how cute those little tools are. They're adorable, aren't they? They're perfect for transportation, but yet it's still the quality that you expect from us here at Jewellery Maker. Absolutely amazing. Okay, got to leave that with you, but we will recap at the end or at some point during the show. Now, moving on to... Now, this is brand new, right? Brand new connector. Brand new, wonderfully lustrous connector. Sterling silver as a precious metal is one of the most lustrous. We're talking about luster is, by the way, the exterior, light reflecting on the exterior. You refer to it in your gemstones, you refer to it in your precious metal. So as how light plays across the exterior surface. So sterling silver does play with the light in an amazing way, but it has to be finished and polished to a high degree. It's not as simple as, right, okay, there's a sterling silver, we'll preform it in a mould, say, and then that's it, maybe give it a quick buff. No, it takes, and it's actually, I've seen the process of all different items of jewellery, whether it be gold, whether it be platinum, whether it be sterling silver, they're actually dipped into a kind of solution which is full of tiny glass-like beads, and it gradually from coarse gets to fine, and that's how you get that really high polish. So I think from memory, and I am going back somewhat, so do bear with me on this, I think it's approximately 5 large containers that these are put into and basically tumbled around for quite a length of time so that it gets off any angles or any sort of nicks and tacks or anything like that, and it's done that in excess of 5 times to get that really high shine and polish, of course. So it is a real technique and skill, and it is a real process which can take up to 200 steps. I was actually watching I followed a couple of pieces of jewellery in one of our very large workshops where we source a lot of components like this, and it's amazing really. A charm like what you saw earlier, a connector like this, can go through the same process that a one-of-a-kind piece of jewellery can. So in excess of 200 times, that could be 200 pairs of hands actually go with one component like this. Absolutely fascinating, and don't we take that for granted? I think we really do take that for granted. The quality and just how meticulous we are here at Jewellery Maker. Not every establishment will do that, and of course if they do go through to the great lengths that we do, not every establishment will obviously honour the prices that we do. Introductory deal should be coming your way at £14.95. We're bringing you solid 925 sterling silver, substantial as you can see, at £6.95. All it needs is a simple amount of sterling silver chain. In my opinion, you've got something very high end. If you look at all the big brands, your Gucci, if you look at Tiffany's, if you look at Links of London, all of which sell sterling silver jewellery, and some of the designs are deliberately kept very simple, and all the focus is on the actual connector and the clasp itself. £6.95 only, brand new, being launched to you today. There are approximately 100 of these available. That is all. Get it as soon as you can. And again, if you want to multi-buy on this, you can. Nothing preventing you, nothing stopping you from buying you as many as you want other than stock levels. Well done Angela, Susan, Kerry and Paul, multi-buying, well done. Jean in Lancashire, Vivian, Bristol, Surrey, Kent, Lynn in Kent as well, nice to have your company. Hello to you, Sheila in Aberdeenshire, Catherine, again in your basket. I'm looking at it now, 90% of you have actually chosen to multi-buy. I can do the maths because at present, wow, okay, now it's getting a little bit more complex. Sheila's bought 3, well done. Catherine's bought 2, Angela's bought 2, Vivian's bought 3, Susan's bought 2, Kent's bought 2, Kerry and Paul have bought 2, and I'm still looking at so many of you with it in your baskets as well. Wendy's just multi-bought. So you see how that 100 quantity can quickly diminish, especially at £6.95. I've got to move on, but just because I do doesn't mean that you haven't been successful, so please do not abandon those calls. Stay where you are. If you haven't already dialed, that's absolutely fine. You can still do so, and check out with me on the web as well. Well done. Stay on those phone lines. Absolutely incredible. Now we've got so many brand new premieres coming your way, more designer inspiration with the wonderful Laura Binding coming up in a very short time. But now it's all about 2, not 1, 2 strands. And I'll ask you, and I know many of you will know the question straight away, what is the most sought after gemstone right here, right now? What do you think it is, just in your humble opinion? Well, guess what? You're getting 2 opportunities of it in this next Star Buy. What was your answer? Was it tanzanite? because I'd agree with you if it was. I mean, you could say diamonds, and diamonds are probably the biggest gemstone, the most well-known and the most marketed gemstone on the planet, but not necessarily the most sought after right now, because and I was talking about rarity and price increases and the fact that all the informations and messages that we do share with you here at Jewellery Maker. And don't you think that's fantastic? It's so easy, and I'll be the first to admit it. Before I came to work for Jewellery Maker, I was nowhere near as knowledgeable about tanzanite or coloured gemstones as I am right now. I think it's fantastic that we get trained with the GIA, the Gemological Institute of America, which is the largest institution, and we're constantly updated in the current state of affairs, if you like, of gemstones, because it does change on a daily basis. The last time that our buying team actually went back to the tanzanite mine was back in 2013. Just before Christmas 2013, and we came away with not one single gemstone, not one. One of the most frequently reoccurring conversations I have, and I know that the majority of our Jewellery Maker families, those of you have been with us for any length of time, will already know, but bear with me on this because not everybody does. Because one of the things I'm often asked about is, well, if you're saying all this, Al, if you're saying that it's the most sought after gemstone, if you're saying that this is a gemstone which has increased by 500% and it's one locational and it's one generational, and it fetches in excess of 4 figures per carat now, how come you're doing it at your star buy price? It's understandable, isn't it? It's totally and utterly understandable. We are different to most retailers. We don't necessarily take into consideration what's happening right now in this day and age. We will always pass on the savings from whence we originally negotiated the parcel. So what that means is currently you, right now, watching, those of you that are dialing already, are not paying the prices of the jet lag effect. Does that make sense? Because what we say in the jet lag effect is a gemstone. Gemstones can be, on average, they're about 50 years old. Not from where they're forming in the ground, from where they've actually been unearthed. So a gemstone, prior to making it into your hands, yeah, from actually being unearthed from the ground, can actually be up to 50 years old or longer. Ida Oberstein, they're hundreds of years old because people will sit on them as an investment. So what we did with all of the logical, really, predictions of this gemstone, we stockpiled our tanzanite. When we had opportunities to buy pretty much direct from the D block, which is where most of the artisanal miners were, we bought big quantities of the quality like this. That said, it's dwindling very quickly, and we haven't been able to replenish it. The jet lag effect basically means that whilst we're saying that, yeah, okay, little is coming out of the ground, you might still be seeing tanzanite. It's because of that age, that average age. Eventually, though, it catches up with us, and it has certainly caught up with us right now. So again, does it all make sense now? Does it all tie in? We haven't bought any tanzanite, or rather the last time that our buying team, when they went to the tanzanite mine in 2013 for the first time ever, came away with absolutely nothing. Every single year we are buying less and less and less and less and less. So it's catching up with us. That's that jet lag effect. But we're different. We honour prices from yesteryear. We don't necessarily pay attention to what's going on in this day and market. Look at the quality of this tanzanite. Can I just draw your eye to this one down here? Is that not quad A colours? A real rich, intense violet blue. I'm not saying it is that grade. I'm not allowed to grade or give my personal opinion, but I know how knowledgeable you are. The more intense, the higher the grade is. The more pleochroism, the higher the grade is. The more exceptionally faceted, the higher the grade is as well. You're getting 2 strands here, and it should be, I can't believe we're about to say this, should be £49.90 for what you're seeing on your screens right now. Never mind that. at a star buy price, you're getting over 100 carats, 110 to be exact, 2 strands of top drilled faceted pairs with that gorgeous intensity of colour, everything that tanzanite aspires to be. Today, $39.95. Remember, there is a jet lag effect, and it is catching up with even us as one of the leading buyers of coloured gemstones. I mean, I would expect one of those strands to be fit, you know, really maybe even excess of sort of 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 pounds. And with most retailers, it certainly would be. I mean, Laura, if I'm not allowed to, and we've got to be careful here because I don't want to slip up or anything like that. But you know, that one tanzanite that I'm pointing out, and they're all amazing, but that one tanzanite I'm pointing out on this strand, just because it's very, very, very intense. I mean, there's some other ones alongside as well, aren't there? Really gorgeously intense blues. But imagine this within a jeweller's, in gold, with diamonds. You'd expect it to be at 4 figures, wouldn't you?
Definitely. I mean, they're beautiful, aren't they? And imagine if you did get those lovely black diamonds earlier, they would be beautiful with this. They would be really incredible. Bring out those colours. I will say, my mum treated herself to a strand of this, and that is nearly better than staff cost, I think. For those. Really? Yeah, because I know what I paid.
Well, you're getting 2 because it's a star buy.
Exactly.
So it's not just the one.
So I mean, that's I would be going home and buying that because and I have seen them. My mum's bought them, and they are just absolutely stunning. I would have them again just as drop earrings. Yeah. Imagine that with the opal, if you were lucky enough to get that opal.
Oh gosh, incredible. You know, like I was saying, that we as a business will have to sort of read into the future to a certain degree as best we can and make those logical predictions, and it is logical more with tanzanite, so we stockpiled it. I'm doing exactly the same, you know. I'm buying this gemstone because I do know that when this little baby's born, I probably won't be able to afford tanzanite for her. For her 18th birthday, I'm probably not going to be able to afford to buy her a tanzanite piece of jewellery from a jeweller's. So therefore, I still want to give her the high-end gemstones. I still want to be her to invest all of those lovely pieces. But if it wasn't for moments in time like this, which I'm acting on, then it wouldn't be possible. Certainly not at the prices like this. Unless, of course, I win the lottery and I've got pots of cash and I really don't need to worry about those price tags. Again, loads of you getting involved. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. That's a lot of tanzanite there of amazing quality. Now, let's bring you lots of lovely bundles, shall we? How about some lovely blue lace agate? Blue lace agate, again, it look amazing with that tanzanite that you've just seen there. Out of your agates, it's actually one of the most sought after, along with maybe your Botswana, I think. Blue lace agate actually has got that chantilly scent, you know, chantilly lace. You've got the formations and patterns. It's very delicate. Always reminds me of sort of Victorian era where you kind of saw the lace parasols and things like that. There's a real femininity, sorry. Put my teeth back in. A real femininity to this gorgeous blue gemstone. You're getting 3 strands in total. Real delicate powder blues. So again, we talk about powder blues and powder pinks are the colours of Pantone 2016. 260 carats on each of these strands, and you're getting 3 of them in total. Love this. Just restranded and maybe a simple twist across the décolletage. Great to stack up maybe in stretchy bracelets. I love our nuggets rather because they actually have that lovely texture with them as well. Blue skies, and it is the very definition of blue skies. I know yesterday was a little bit overcast. My friend was saying to me it's snowing in Wales. It was snowing.
I heard it was snowing in a couple of places.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure.
Tom said it was snowing up in Wolverhampton as well while he was working.
Well, I've heard it was snowing.
But, you know, we've been quite blessed with lovely crisp blue skies lately, haven't we? Yesterday, I don't know what it's like today, but this is that gorgeous gemstone that has got that lovely spring-like colour, you know, so high-end as well. It does ordinarily command big price points, but not today. We did say that we're bringing you high-end gemstones at all different budgets and all different affordabilities. This is one of those. There's 85 centimetres on each of those strands. Should be, what? Apparently we should be $11.95 for all 3. That's incredible already, isn't it? That's working out at what? Let's say £4. No, never mind £4. $8.95 for all 3. That's 500, 700, almost 800 carats there in total.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that is just so soft, and it makes you think of holidays, doesn't it? It makes you think of summertime. Sat in a beer garden, sat with your sort of nice jeans and nice white
beautiful. Less than £3 per strand at £8.95. Can I just bring those tanzanite back in? Because these are two high-end blue gemstones. I mean, look how they complement one another. How amazing would this be? And you know, it's not like you haven't got enough tanzanite to be invested alongside the blue agate there. If you got that star by just, incredible. But also coming your way, rainbow moonstone we've got. This is a lovely strand coming up later on. If you want to encourage that adolescence, team it with blue lace agate like this, and it really does encourage that adolescence to the forefront. How stunning is that? And also incredibly bridesmaid-like or wedding-like. You've got your something blue and your something new here. Stunning. £8.95 only. Well done. Again, loads of you getting involved. It is busy, busy, busy this morning. Very, very busy. Again, with your agate prisms, they look amazing as well. How about with pearls? Oh, yes. I'm going to show you them next to each other as well. These are half drilled, but you've got a real combination. It's the first bundle that I've seen where there is such a combination, actually. From your apricots to your peaches to your lovely whites, all different sizes as well. Half drilled pearls, so you've got that smooth nacre surface. You've got 13 pairs in total. Can I just hold the agate behind? Look. Isn't that amazing? Now, I'm going to hold a couple of these up for you so you can see the different sizes and dimensions. Your champagne pearls, I'll start with those, shall I? Champagne, peach and white. Champagne, peach and your white. So this is these are your champagne. So a soft, delicate, almost pinkish hue. Aren't they lovely? Look at that. Perfect nacre surface. No indentations or blemishes whatsoever. These are 7 by 6, and that's obviously because they're little buttons. If I turn it upwards, so you can actually see that gorgeous shape. They are slightly narrowed, I suppose, in diameter, so they'll sit perfectly on the ear, or for your tiara twists, or for your brooch-like designs, or for anything really. For solitaire rings, they work wonderfully as well. That's your your champagne. These. Actually, I got this the wrong way around. This is your champagne, but the last ones are your peach. Yes, of course, that makes sense, doesn't it? Sorry, my bad. Either or, they're stunning, aren't they? Pastel hues. And again, this is, so your 7mm on your peach and the 7 by 6mm on your champagne. Stunning. And wait till you see these. They're absolutely huge, substantial buttons in your plain white. These are the biggest that we actually have within this bundle, and they are 10mm round. Can you imagine just the three of them? Maybe the white with the peach, with the champagne as well. Just that trio of pearls.
That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Really luxurious as well.
Really luxurious, absolutely amazing. And you certainly have got enough of these to go around. There's 13 pairs in total, so that's 26 individual, genuine, cultured pearls. Cultivated, formed by, of course, a living mollusk within the ocean. We are absolutely adamant to bringing you gorgeous high-end quality, and you've certainly got that here. You can see that quality, can't you? So wonderfully shaped, and again, that smoothness across the surface of that nacre, blemish-free, no nicks or indentations. Kind of like us as human beings, our skin. We do have sort of marks which appear over the years. Might be sort of scars or birthmarks, if you like. Gemstones like this, organic gemstones like this, are exactly the same. The more perfect that nacre surface, the higher that reflective or pearlescence or orient that you get across the surface of a pearl, the more valuable they are. Half drilled, I'd be teaming this with your precious metals, most certainly like your sterling silver. 13 pairs should be £23.85. I don't think you could buy one pair of earrings for that price tag. In fact, I'm pretty certain you couldn't. This is a ridiculous saving. Kim wants to shock you this morning, I think. That's £1 a pair. 50p per cultured pearl. Genuine cultured pearl. We're not talking about synthetic, plastic, laboratory created pearls here. We are talking about genuine Mother Nature, cultivated within a living mollusk, and we're paying 50 pence.
The thing is, you don't have to just think of them as a half-drilled pearl. You can also treat them as a cabochon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you could, using a very fine wire, net those and have a beautiful pair of earrings. You could, you know, if you did your micro macrame or any of those techniques, you could net it in with your cords and your threads like Nadia would. There's just tons you could do. Soutache, you could glue them on. It's nothing to say that you actually have to necessarily use them how they're implied.
And all of the techniques that Laura's talking about are different types of jewellery making. So, and there's loads of DVDs and tutorials available on our website. What's a half drill? Just to show you, if I turn it on the underside, the pearl is drilled. In fact, I've got, can you see that there? There we go. If I turn it around like that, that's the drill hole. So basically, this is exactly what a professional jeweller will actually use, maybe with your gold butterfly posts or something like that, to glue in with a precision glue. E6000 is what we recommend. Again, available on our website. Well done, each and every single one of you. Yeah, just get it on the website and you're good to go. Moving on to... oh yes, loads of Eslon. Loads of Eslon and nuggets. Oh, what a colour combination. These are gorgeous. This is limited though, so you will need to have a little bit of a urgency coming through. It's also the thicker diameter of your Eslon. So this is the 0.9mm gauge in lovely teal blue, your emerald, and also the nice navy. So you're getting 3 different colours, and you're coordinating gemstones as well. Ocean waves, absolutely, you can see that, can't you? This does remind me of mermaids, most definitely. Now we outsource our Eslon from Beadsmith. There's 32 metres on each of these. There's gorgeous lustre. If you're thinking, well, what do I use the 0.9mm for? Any of your macrame, any of your kumihimo, it'll build up a pattern a lot quicker because of the diameter. Normally these are about 0.4 or even 0.3, so this is the thickest gauge that I think we stock in your Eslon. Great for simple wish bracelets and braids and things like that as well. Really simple pieces of jewellery. Matching gemstones including apatite, amazonite, in fact 2 types of apatite as well. Absolutely incredible. Now let's just show you this. Double it over. The very deep blue that you can see just here is, of course, your deep blue apatite. You can see how this gemstone glows. The green in the centre that I've got my finger on is your amazonite, and then just here where you've got that transparency in the green gemstone is your other apatite. So wonderful combination of colours, isn't it? I can't wait to see a piece of jewellery actually made out of this lovely bundle. Very limited though, so you do need to have this that urgency and check out as soon as you can. Web bidders, if it's in those baskets, it's not going to stay there. I can't stress that enough. Already lots of you getting involved. Look at that colour combination. It is so aquatic, isn't it?
It's my kind of colour combination.
Yeah.
It's kind of my kind of bundle, really.
It's just beautiful, and again you get the textures with the gemstones as well. Apatite is high in phosphorus. It's got a high phosphorus content. Phosphorus actually translates in Greek language to bringer of light, so it glows. It has got a wonderful ability to glow, especially when influenced to natural daylight as well. For the Eslon alone, let's just say the deal that we're taking this to is incredible, but you're also getting 3 strands of rare gemstones here. Apatite, the average carat weight of an apatite is 0.15. You've got substantial amounts of it here, and 2 strands of as well. Okay, so for 96 metres of your Eslon and all your gemstones, £14.95 only. £14.95 for your amazonite, your deep apatite, and of course your bright green apatite. Sue, Leslie, Sharon, Jackie, Vivian, Marilyn, you've done it. County Durham, Helen, Nottinghamshire, straight away there. I'm not surprised, and well done for having that urgency. If you want to guarantee success when it comes to opportunities with amazonite and apatite and your Eslons, you always need to be sort of on it, really, don't you?
Yeah.
You can't dilly-dally.
No. definitely not.
Because they always sell out.
They do, and again, it's a little bit of a less known gemstone as such, so it's something that for me will attract attention because people might not know those stones as much as they would your amethyst or your rose quartz.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree with you. But it's actually a gemstone which I think compares to some of the world's rarest. I mean, especially the green apatite here is so similar to a Praebra tourmaline in terms of its colours. And yeah, obviously here a lot more affordable, but can command hugely considered price points. Now, I haven't got a Praebra tourmaline budget. I'm not too proud to admit that at all. I mean, it's a gemstone which I think my friend Hannah, who's over in the Hong Kong Trade Fair right now, Hannah Bennett, she put a picture up of a Praebra tourmaline, £650,000.
Wow.
One. Oh my goodness. Stunning, but to be honest, and I love Praebra tourmalines, don't get me wrong, you can't really see the difference. You wouldn't in its nugget form anyway. No. I think you'd struggle to tell the two apart. I've got to move on. Well done. Stay on those phone lines, everybody, and do check out because I've got loads of bundles to bring you, including... Oh, this is lovely. If you got that heart charm earlier on, you need to get this as well. You're getting another charm and also the sterling silver chain. 2 sterling... What? Sorry. Right, let's show you the chains, and then I'm going to bring that charm back in, and I'm going to show you the other charm that you get. You've got 2 sterling silver chains, complete. I'm going to show you the actual connectors itself, because you've got a lovely detailing there with the actual 925 stamp. There's the jump ring, which is, you can see, quite substantial, and that's the connector, or the, the extension chain, so you can make it shorter or longer. Also, the density of the actual link itself. This is what we call a Rolo chain, so it's got a gorgeous amount of sterling silver invested, so it is really substantial. Now in total it measures, and I'll give it a quick measure unless I've got it here, let me just see, 40 centimetres, which is approximately 16 inches, and like I said, you've got at least 2 inches then on your connector as well. Lay these across the hand because you're getting both, and let's bring your charm in as well. Now they're a round brilliant cut faceted white topaz in these, so beautiful, and it's on a simple jump ring which you can take off if you wish or not. Doesn't need to, and attach it to a sterling silver chain like this, and you've got a very high end. Mother's Day, everybody, has everybody got Mother's Day sorted? Nope. It's on Sunday, so if you order now you should be all right. You should get it in time. If you order now, you should be okay. How beautiful. Parve set, white topaz set across this real expanse in a charm. And it is certainly one of our most substantial, 17 by 13 millimetres. So all of that gorgeous diamond-like, oopsie, sparkle. You know what? If I actually hold this on the back as well, you can see the quality as well. Now, the charm on its own is £24.95. Super competitive for the amount of gemstones that have been invested, and all of the skill that's been invested, and the 2 lengths of chain. For the all of the sterling silver, rather, as I was saying, in the setting. Now, £24.95 for the charm on its own, but you're getting the 2 finished pieces of jewellery, which apparently here at Jewellery Maker should be £44.85. You're going to get all 3 pieces of jewellery. I'm saying jewellery because it is jewellery. For, instead, today, £34.95. Wait, break that down. That's £5 per chain. £5 for a sterling silver chain.
I'm trying to think if there's a way I can get a message out to Tony that I'm happy to wait if I don't get it in time for Mother's Day, because that's something that I would love as a mother.
Oh, definitely.
If I was given that, you know, from my children, I would think that that's absolutely beautiful. I'd wear it every day.
Absolutely, and you can take it off the jump ring if you don't want it, and you can use that obviously within your stash. But look how easy this connects, on and offable. I think the tortoise said, didn't he, in the Creature Comforts advert. But again, let me just thread it through so you can actually see this. Stunning piece. Is a finished piece of jewellery, Laura, isn't it?
That's what I'm thinking. And do you know what? You get 2 chains, is that right?
2 chains.
Right, so what in my mind, if I was lucky enough to receive that, I would have one as a necklace like you're wearing, like you're showing now, and the other one I would create 2 little drops that represent my children. Mm-hmm. So I would have a pearl and a diamond.
Yeah.
And that would be my necklace that represented my children. So I would have a special one, because that topaz one's going to go with everything, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's going to be everyday wear, luxury, but everyday wear, whereas the other one might be a little bit more special occasion.
Absolutely. Do you know what I'd do, Laura?
You would just
Get the charm that we had earlier on as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you've got 2 pieces of jewellery. Put that at the bottom of the screen for you to get involved.
And you'd have that for £45 basically if you bought that charm as well.
Yeah. Look.
Oh, I love that. See, I would wear both of those.
I'd wear both as well. How lovely is this?
I'm still trying to think of how I can get the message out. Message out to Tony.
Tony! Will he be watching right now?
Possibly at work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, can anybody else buy it for you?
Well, I kind of
Can you buy your own Mother's Day present?
Do you know what? I'm debating it. I'll probably go home and just say to
you,
don't worry about going
children.
shopping with the kids. It's fine. Just get me a card. I've sorted my present out.
There we go. You carry the children. I think you can buy your own presents.
I think you can.
I think that's fair enough. Absolutely. $34.95. I've added the heart charm onto the other one as well. How beautiful is this? So for less than £45, you've got everything that's on the back of my hand here. Well done to each and every single one of you. Now, loads more to bring you, loads more to see throughout the course of the morning, including your next star buy. Okay, so for those of you that maybe haven't been able to tune into Jewellery Maker just recently, we had a meeting with Steve Bennett, who is not our owner anymore, but he's and was our previous CEO, but still very much a part of the buying process. And he was updating us basically on gemstones, and I know that himself and the team were travelling over to Arizona with Sleeping Beauty turquoise sort of on the radar. The reason for that is because firstly, this gemstone is very shallow mined. It's pointless digging to great depths like tanzanite, because it's simply, if it's becoming less abundant, then the further you deep is actually dig is actually a pointless exercise. It's very shallow mined. A copper bearing gem, and that's how it gets its gorgeous colour. But from the Sleeping Beauty mine, which is in the state of Arizona in the USA, global infamy, is actually looking very, very scarce currently. Whether that's because there's a huge demand in Sleeping Beauty turquoise, because it is very unique in a sense that its colour, whilst yes it's a definite turquoise colour, is actually a bit different to other localities of this wonderful gemstone. If I was to hold it next to our Tibetan turquoise, and many of you probably have already gotten Tibetan turquoise, hold it next to Sleeping Beauty and you can see that massive difference. Energy, it's all about the energy of colour. Tiffany's & Co, and I'm allowed to say this because it is an absolute fact, I'm not making comparisons at all. Tiffany's & Co invested millions into the mining of turquoise for obvious reasons, as you can imagine. Their branding is of course this gorgeous colour, so you can understand why they invested in this gemstone, but also it does have global recognition. We know that this is a gemstone which is steeped in history, but also hugely rare and valued. Arguably the most sought after is Sleeping Beauty turquoise, just because of that intensity of colour. What I love about this strand is that sometimes Sleeping Beauty turquoise, and actually this, it's all personal choice. It's like, for example, do you prefer a quad A tanzanite to maybe a double A tanzanite? It's all personal choices ultimately. Some people prefer the fact that Sleeping Beauty turquoise can have a lack of matrix, so it can have less of the actual patterns across the surface of the gemstone. If you want turquoise to be most definitely obvious as turquoise, then I would suggest actually buying it with the matrix, with that webbing, with all of these formations that you can see across that turquoise colour, because that is what is symbolic of this gemstone ultimately. So here I'm bringing you an opportunity which has got that webbing, that formation, the patterns, the rivers that run through this gorgeous gem, and it's exceedingly difficult to actually get that in with Sleeping Beauty turquoise while still having that intensity of colour. Now in this gorgeous star by, you're getting totally and utterly natural. Sleeping Beauty turquoise hasn't been dyed or enhanced or encouraged in any way, shape or form. All of Mother Nature's incredible doing. 55 carats in a wonderful graduation like so, which again works with all of the different precious metals, whether it be rose gold, silver, whether it be your yellow gold colours, your coppers, either or, works absolutely amazing. Faceted natural turquoise in a star buy at an amazing price. It's on our radar. As I said, Steve said, I'm going over to Arizona. Sleeping Beauty is most definitely the gemstone that I'm going. He said, I'm having a conversation with somebody over in the USA specifically about this gemstone, hopefully trying to source more of it because we have got dwindling stocks. Now it should be $69.95. However, we're bringing you a launch price for brand new Sleeping Beauty turquoise, $54.95. It is a considered gemstone. It's basically like we bringing you a decolourless diamond, like we bringing you a Burmese ruby or a Colombian emerald. This locality is regarded with very, very high esteem. Whether that's right or wrong, whether you agree with that, it's all personal preference. It certainly has that intensity of colour. For me, it's Sleeping Beauty turquoise all the way. I just love that very definite colour. Do you agree with that, Laura?
I do, yeah. For me, I think the Sleeping Beauty is that definite, you know that you've got turquoise. Yeah. Because there's so many imitations out there. People dyeing their howlite and their magnesite to make it look like turquoise. I think that the Sleeping turquoise takes it that one step higher. So it's, you know that there's no doubt that that is real turquoise. You know, you can normally tell, obviously you can tell, but the imitations are so close. Yeah, absolutely. But with that one, there's that higher level that you can imitate. It's the vivacity and the energy of the colour. Let me just talk to you about, for those of you thinking, why is it called Sleeping Beauty turquoise? The landscape itself, and if you put research it on the web, or have we got that picture to show you? There we go. Look, can you see her profile, Sleeping Beauty, just there? You can actually superimpose the Disney character onto the landscape there, and it is almost exactly perfect. So this is where this gemstone is actually mined from. As you can see, there's a lot of activity underneath, but it's very, very, very shallow mined. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. I need to move on because I'm also bringing another gemstone from, which is hugely sought after. Now, not this year, last year, when we were over in the Hong Kong Trade Fair, we had individual stands of this gemstone, which were, it was the talk of the trade fair. I'll talk some more about it. It's your fire opal, natural intensity. You're looking for translucency, but you're also looking for a really, really intense range of colours. And it's your star buy right now. Graphics brought onto your screen straight away. Now, out of all the fire opal that I have seen, and I've seen a lot, whether it be USA or Mexico, either or, doesn't make a huge amount of difference to us. It's the quality of the gemstone here. It's graded in a unique way, fire opal, and it can be graded similar to that of tanzanite. We don't do that here, but if I was to put my own suggestion on here, well, I'd get in trouble firstly, but you're looking for translucency. It's not the colour, because it does come in a range of colour. You can have strawberry reds, you can have honeys, you can have caramel tones, you can have lovely buttercup yellows as well, but it glows and it's got to have a real energy behind it. This is natural and it's Mexican fire opal. I concur with what my producer Kim has just said. This is some of the loveliest, in fact, did you say best? Yeah, the best fire opal that you've ever seen. I agree. I mean, all the way along this entire strand, and it is 360 degrees. I mean, from a distance, you can see colour, 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 colour. If you want one of the most intense conversation starters as a gemstone, then look at fire opal, because fire opal is a really vibrant and intense colours, especially when you think about Mexico, as you think about intensities, you think about hot, you think about the landscapes as well, chilies, you know, things like that. Everything's a little bit fiery over there as well, and it comes in the form of their gemstones also. I love Mexican fire opal because it tends to be that really lava red, you know, sort of like volcanic
volcanic activity, and it is often found around volcanoes. Totally and utterly natural. Look at this. It's like Burmese ruby red, isn't it? And then you've got the gorgeous intense oranges. 360 degrees of your shaded fire opal. So we're not talking about pale or insipid colours, and yes, you will still get that play of colour. You've got vibrant intensities of the caramel, the oranges, the strawberry reds as well. That's the colours we refer to when it comes to your opal, and obviously excuse me, translucency as well. Look how they glow. I'd restrand this like it is. Can I do what you've done right to your Ethiopian opal?
Just have a section.
Have a section, just because that intensities, they are like burning embers, aren't they?
But I would have a mini graded section, so I'd have to have it sort of fade into a real bright, vivid section in the centre.
Amazing. Sheila got this to mix with my turquoise chips.
Oh, nice. That would be beautiful. Really fiery. See,
that would remind me of, sorry to interrupt you, that would literally remind me of sort of Mexico as a location where you've got the hotness and you've got the beautiful seas. I've got to bring the price in, Laura, it's flying, $14.95, wow. Well done. For 110 carats of natural fire opal here. Sorry, what were you saying, my lovely?
I was just going to say, in the old studio, there was a pair of drop dangle earrings with clusters, layers of these, pretty much like the chandelier earrings that I made in the first kit. That Linda had made, and every time they came on, my mum would be like, oh, are they selling that strand? Because she's been dying to get her hand on it, just because of those earrings. The way that it displayed all of the different colours was just amazing. So you don't need to do anything complicated, just have them on some, you know, some thread movement.
Well, I've sold collections before where it was various different gemstones, not just in your fire opal, and it was simply pieces of jewellery like this with a simple clasp. That's it. That's it. You know, restranded, 360 degrees, probably not even this length, and they've got a sterling silver clasp at the top, and they flew, and literally hundreds used to sell at any one given time. And with what we underestimate again here at Jewellery Maker is whilst yes, these are chips and nuggets, so they are the more organic, faceted by nature shape, they may well have actually come off a one-of-a-kind fire opal. They may well have come off, you know, that's the benefits of actually buying chips and nuggets. Not only are they super affordable, but the quality that you can get from these as well. Again, loads of you getting involved, many of you choosing to multi-buy. Congratulations to each and every single one of you. I agree with you, Kim, it's my favourite fire opal strand. Just, I'd be multi-buying right now and maybe create something really vibrant and intense. I'm still looking for that white maxi dress that I was on about the other day, and it'd be something like this that I would be wearing it with. Make that the focal point. Now, we've got coming your way a trio of the big blue, your tanzanite, your kyanite, and your iolite. So huge, huge, huge opportunities at the lowest ever price point. So don't go anywhere. Designer inspiration coming up as well with the wonderful Laura after this.
There are two easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day for only one P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker. You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you have found a workshop you'd like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button. Fill in the required fields and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator Wendy at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you.
Kyanite belongs to the isomorphous series that includes sillimanite and andalusite. It has a really interesting appearance with a pearlescent luster. It's one of the only gemstones that displays this outside of cultured pearls. The best examples of kyanite are often located in the region of the Himalayas, and I think this gives the stone a truly unique appearance.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
The big blues, well, yeah, we know which ones are the obvious. Of course, sapphire will always be one of those, obviously, as long as it is actually still available, because different locations are actually depleting. But we're talking about the rarest of the big blues right now, arguably, and that is your tanzanite, your kyanite, and your iolite, two examples of which are totally and utterly natural. Now, when that news breaks that tanzanite is no longer being unearthed, which, I don't know, it might be 2 years, might be 5 years, might be 10 years. It all depends on do we continue digging to sort of greater depths, but then obviously that's going to incur massive price increases, or is it no longer financially viable? So there are a lot of ifs attached to tanzanite as a gemstone. So when that news does break, which is going to be inevitable at some point, that it's no longer being unearthed, what's going to be the next big blue? I actually predict that, and it's not just excuse me, my thoughts, many believe that it is going to be not your obvious choice, which would probably be sapphire, maybe your kyanite or your iolite. But these are three different gemstones which are all very complex but also very varied. Firstly, tanzanite is what we call orthorhombic. It's got a very diverse crystal structure. That's how you get the triachroism. It's quite elongated prisms. Then we've got polymorph gemstones here as well with your kyanite. Iolite, again, very unique in the fact that it has got a really unusual tone and a natural tone, very highly pleochroic as well, but it's got a denim blue colour, unlike what you expect to see in maybe your cashmere sapphires or your salon sapphires and your tanzanite blues and your kyanites. Now this gorgeous luxury high-end, 3 of the big blues, is going to the lowest ever price point. So this is perfect for all of the collectors and connoisseurs right now. I had a conversation with a family friend of ours recently who was talking, and I had the same conversation basically, what do you think is going to be the next big blue? And he was like, yeah. His thoughts, he was leaning towards your kyanite. I was leaning towards your iolite as a gemstone, just because I think it is that little bit different. It's not a colour that we've seen previously before. It's my opinion. Kyanite is more of your tanzanite blues. Iolite is more of a denim colour, I suppose, or more of an indigo. This triple high-end opportunity comes in, of course, your golden box like this. 2 examples are totally and utterly natural. Tanzanite, 99.9% of the time is actually treated, it's actually heated. It's fine, because it actually starts out as a kind of brownish gemstone, and then just heating it, and it's been done within the soils, actually hot temperatures within the soils, turning the gemstone blue. So you could argue that is actually sort of a natural process as well. But kyanite and iolite, very, 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 very much a natural gemstones. See if you can actually distinguish, whilst you're dialing, whilst you're checking out, between the 3 of those strands. See if you can recognise which one is your kyanite, which one is your iolite, and which one is your tanzanite. Have you got it? What do you think it is? This is your iolite. So quite a denim blue. This is your tanzanite. Absolutely stunning. Let me just hold it out like this. So yes, hold it out like so, that's easier. Iolite on the top, tanzanite in the middle, kyanite on the bottom. So look at the difference between those 3 beautiful blue gemstones. All 17 centimetre strands and faceted rondelles in a lovely graduation. Again, replicate our wonderful Laura's neckline piece with high-end blues like this. For the first time ever, going to the lowest ever price point. Never been anywhere near the price that you are about to see right now. To get the 3 is incredible. I'd certainly be comfortable paying what we're about to bring this to you at for just one of these strands. It should be, amazingly, £49.95. That seems super affordable for 3 strands. And the box alone, you know, you can see just how highly we regard each of these wonderful strands. Now, yeah, ridiculous price point, but we're not even stopping there. It is going to the brand new lowest price, never ever been on your screens previously at this price tag before. The best opportunity for you to get it is right now at the most affordable price, £34.95. Dial though, because I know that I'm not going to have a huge quantity of these. Only literally a few weeks ago, I spoke to our family friend who is a gemologist, has his own jewellers in Wales, and he was saying we were talking about the big blues like this, and he was saying he's behind the kyanite. You know, it is always a prediction, I suppose. I was like, I don't know, I think it's going to be the iolite. I like the history, the story behind iolite as a gemstone. What do you think, Laura? What do you think is going to be the next big blue?
I honestly don't know. I do think it could be the kyanite.
You think kyanite?
It is a harder stone to get hold of as such. I've never, and to be cut like that as well. Normally, because of the structure of it, it's very shard-like, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Laura's referring to the different cleavages. The different angles.
It's kind of like,
Yeah, so you can have vertical and you can have horizontal angles of the crystal structure itself. Yeah, absolutely. So there's different directions, which, by the way, splits perfectly. So, and that's not a good thing for faceting. It actually makes it very complex.
Which is why I think the kyanite, because of the fact that there's more to it, not like cutting-wise and stuff, I feel that it's that takes that up that little bit.
Anyway, that's a whole conversation, isn't it? But each to their own, either or. You've got both. You've got all 3. Well done. I need to move on because I've got a wonderful ring mount coming your way with a gorgeous serenite gemstone within. Now, brand new premiere opportunity. This is a high-end piece of jewellery, and even if I was to show you, oh gosh, hang on a minute. This is octagon cut as well. Kim, what's this going to? Are you kidding me? There's 100 of these available. Can I just show you the beauty of the gemstone alone? Then you've got the mount with your accenting gemstones already set in, but this is an octagon cut serenite. Serenite, I had the honour and privilege of launching on what was our USA channel in October. Was it last year? Last year. This is a gemstone which, like Paraiba tourmaline, is copper bearing, so it glistens incredibly. It's the best way of me describing this is it's equivalent to like a sort of like a champagne diamond basically, but totally and utterly natural. This is previously, I'm going to pick this up for a second just so you can see the quality and the clarity. Previously been retailed and marketed as the immature diamond, which I think is a terrible name for this gemstone, because I can understand why it was retailed as that, because it has got distinct similarities to a diamond, but I don't like the word immature behind it, I suppose. Look at the sheer quality. This gemstone is so incredibly complex. Wow, 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 wow. So incredibly complex that it had different laboratories around the world that we initially sent them off to, scratching their heads. They didn't know whether to label it as a diamond or whether to label it as a feldspar. It is a type of feldspar, but as I said, the tiny copper platelets within this gemstone actually form like a Laniakea effect, to sparkle and play with the light unbelievably. Now, serenite is currently one locational, only being mined in Oregon in the USA. Tiffany's & Co. previously actually mined this gemstone. For whatever reason, they stepped aside from it. I think to their loss is our gain without shadow of a doubt, because we currently still have exclusivity of your serenite as a gem. This is perfectly faceted. I know where this is going to. Can I just say, Marilyn, Stuart, Lindsay, Rosalane, Emma, well done. Wendy in Manchester, massive congratulations. I'm joining you on this as well. I bought a serenite for myself when after I did that gemstone launch on what was our USA channel. I had the two gentlemen that are responsible for bringing this gem to us, who were Chuck and Troy. Lovely guys, really, really lovely guys, and immensely proud, who were sat in the gallery. It was very nerve-wracking when this gemstone was literally being unveiled to the world. Incredible. Serenite, what does that mean? Basically, seren actually translates in Welsh to star, because you have got those wonderful sort of star-like impressions and the sparkle of a star. Seren, of course, as well, is or serene, is very tranquil, and that's what the gemstone's all about. Let's show you the setting that you get along with this as well. All you need is our gem setting tools. You can buy that on our website if you've got them already. Fantastic. I love seeing all of the pieces of jewellery that you are actually uploading to our Facebook page of pieces like this. It's so easy to do. Now, if you're thinking, I've never done gemstone setting before, Elena, it's got to be hard. It's really not. It's really, really not. There's tools, there's tuitions on our very website as well. The calibrated gemstone, which has just slipped for a second, the calibration of this gemstone fits perfectly into this piece of jewellery, into this ring. So you want an octagon cut to go into. Let me just put this like this. When you actually pop it here, look. Isn't that amazing? So you can see how easy it would be to create a very high-end piece of jewellery. Absolutely beautiful quality. Jackie, Antoinette, Judith, Pauline, Nicola, Marilyn, Wendy, Peter, you've got yours. Incredible, finished high-end piece of jewellery. Serenite, launched to the world only in 2014. We currently still have world exclusivity, and whilst we currently can still bring it to you at an affordable price tag, that's not to say that once it becomes a little bit more globally recognised that it is going to still maintain these price tags as other retailers catch on. $12.95, that's for all of this gorgeous sterling silver. That's for the white topaz that you've got pave set on the shoulders, the 4-claw setting, and this beautifully faceted octagon cut. Rare to get an octagon cut. We've got 100. Now, this isn't going quick enough, and we're running out of time. Of course, it is designer inspiration with the lovely Laura. So, on that basis, first come, first serve. Wow. I mean, I would pay double that for the selenite, triple that for the selenite, quadruple that for the selenite. The quality and all of the beauty of the ring comes in, by the way, a size, do we know, is this a size 9? Yeah, which I think is a P. I think it actually equates to a P.
O or P.
O or P in between,
bracket.
but easily resizable, so not a problem whatsoever. Great giftable opportunity as well. So many in baskets. Please check out as soon as you can. And if you want to multi-buy, you absolutely can. Let me just turn this upwards so you can actually see again the quality of the dimensions. Stunning facets. Yeah, it's in my grabber you can see it's on a little bit of a wonk, but you can still see the beauty of the gemstone. Look how it sparkles. Can you see the connection between that galaxy and star-like beauty? See how similar it is to a champagne diamond? Incredibly similar, isn't it? It sparkles way beyond belief. And a selenite, honestly, every time I wear mine, I always get comments and remarks about that. Sandra, Judith, Sheila, multi-buying, Dorothy, Shirley, well done. Congratulations, Lorraine and Ted and Tracy and Dorset. Hello to you, Melanie and Kathy and Mrs. Pauline. Hello to you, Linda and Brig. Hello to you, Pamela and Peter. Gosh, lots of you getting involved. And again, if you want tuitions on how you actually do your gem setting, it's so simple. We give you the tools, and there's tuitions on our website, and there's a tool kit on the website, so you can start doing finished professional pieces of jewellery. And they are professional, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, if I gave that to you as a gift, you'd think I'd bought it. If I turned around and said I've made it for you, you would be like, really? Because it's not something you would associate with being handmade in effect.
No, absolutely, and it is handmade, of course, and it's one of a new discovery of gemstone, effectively, and a new launch of gemstone, which you're gonna have the enjoyment of educating that person about as well, saying, well, this is a selenite, it's from the state of Oregon in the USA, it's copper bearing, so it sparkles. And isn't it funny that in 2014 as well, the discovery of the Lanakia, the fact that we are part of millions of galaxies, not just one galaxy. See, again, as a race, we're so big-headed, I guess, to think that we are the only life form, I suppose, but actually we're part of millions of galaxies up there. And if you actually see the picture of the Lanakia, it's very similar in terms of internally what goes on in a selenite gemstone. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Okay, it's time for your first kit. Now, hold up a minute. One thing I didn't notice, Laura Binding. Sound like you're in trouble there, don't you?
I do, yeah. But you didn't use my middle name, so I'm good. It's when I get called my full name.
I don't know your middle name.
That's good. You never will.
Okay.
You can't tell me off now.
I would never tell you off.
It's
you know
not
that. But you had an exclusive kit in emerald the other day, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes.
You've got 2 strands of emerald here, green onyx and apatite. I'm just going to go back to what I was saying at the beginning of the morning. What have you done exactly to justify the sheer indulgence in your kits just lately? You are being ruined.
I know, being really spoiled. And someone actually messaged, I put a little picture, and someone said, oh, what the stones were, and the only one that was missing was the Ethiopian opal, but we've already had that on as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely. Wow, where do we start? 4 spools of wire, 4 very high-end strands as well. Green with envy, iron green with envy. This is an amazing kit. And you've got 2 colours which are literally like gold dust in your wire as well. Starting with a long strand of emerald. Again, I'll give you the measurements of this as well because they are big. 33 centimetres of natural boulders of your emerald in a lovely graduation as well. So you've just taken some of your designs, just one, haven't you, and made it as a sort of signature statement piece. Look at this. Now, you're actually missing on your displays and on the web the onyx, but you are getting the onyx. So I'll show you that. I will show you that as well. I promise you're getting a strand of onyx with this kit as well. So bear with me though, because we're not done with the emeralds here. These are your graduated, it says medium. These aren't medium, they're large. They go right the way up to 14 by 9 millimetres, and it's a 31 centimetre strand. Let's bring in the other emeralds. Again, long strand of, give it a quick measure for you as well so you know exactly, or approximately I should say, rather than exactly. Again, 34 centimetres I've got approximately here. These are in your graduated wheels, sorry, plain wheels. Again, no facets on the exterior, but totally and utterly natural. Look at this. Look how they complement one another. Wonderful energy of colour. Laura, you're going to be known as the Emerald Girl, aren't you? Let's bring you the green apatite as well. Double strand of green apatite, and this is energetic. It's like Mandrea apatite. If you've heard of Mandrea apatite, you know exactly how sought after it is, and it looks almost like exactly the same. Apple greens in this gemstone, very, very, very rare. Look at this. What a combination. Oh, I love green in gemstones, and this is one of my favourite kits that I've seen. And of course, the gem that you can't see on your specifics, but I promise that you are actually getting, it is your lovely green with green onyx. Sorry, I couldn't get the word out then. Green onyx, which just adds that impact. You've got, how many carats have we got? 22 in total, and they are faceted. Faceted and approximately, I'm going to say, right the way up to 4mm from your 2mm, so you've got a lovely graduation there. Big gem heavy kit, but I'm not even stopping here. These are beautifully high-end gemstones. We've also got 4 spools of wire in your gold and your silver colour. Now, those of you that have been shopping with us here at Jewellery Maker for a time know that as soon as as one of your hosts or presenters, whether it's me, whether it's Carol, whether it's Becky, whether it's Jenny, will say, hang on a minute, gold and silver. Right, that's it. You've got all of your essential gauges as well, from your 1mm, 0.8, 0.6 and 0.4. All of your essential gauges. This is your 1mm, and you're getting 10 metres in total. So 1mm gauge, that's the thickness. And there's 10 on each of these in that lovely, crisp, buttery gold. Then let's bring in your 0.8. So 0.8 diameter, again, great for your findings. Yeah. Perfect for your findings. 1mm more for your structure, would you say?
Yeah, a bit more for your sort of strength and structure pieces.
Lovely. Again, we'll show you and talk through all of the designer inspiration as well. Of course, Laura binding, she has to have wire, but you've been spoilt with wire just lately and your gemstones. 0.6. Now, 0.6 is starting to get a little bit finer in its gauge, which is, again, you can use for your weaving.
No, I don't use it so much for my weaving, but I tend to use it more for my sort of decoration because it's got
embellishments.
Yeah, because it's got the strength but fluidity, and also you can get the finer gemstones on it.
Love it. So you can thread your gemstones onto the 0.6.
Not all of them, but I got the emerald slices onto it.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I'd say. Look at the size of the emerald. And last but by no means least, we have got your 0.4mm gauge in your silver. Now, so this, the 0.4, I've been trying to get hold of 0.4 wire for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's our most popular wire in silver, especially because of the weaving, and you tend to use the most of it because if you are a wire worker, you weave with it. Those of you that do Jewellery Maker will be going, yeah, absolutely. Listen, I work here. You've got oodles of wire underneath your desk, but what you don't see, it's literally, it's carnage in wire, but you won't find a single, not even a foot of 0.4 silver.
No, the silver and the 0.4 is just, it's a luxury combination because it is, you know, it's the most popular.
Yeah, most popular. And why is that? Is it because it's the most used?
I think it's just because a lot of people like silver jewellery, or they associate jewellery as being silver. So for them, it's kind of almost like a safe bet because you know you've got silver.
But you use a lot of it, don't you?
We use tons of it, especially in the 0.4. It's very bridal. Yeah. You know, but most gemstones will go on it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Our supplies literally do not meet our demand, unfortunately. We're always waiting for more 0.4 wire. Okay, for all of the gemstones, 2 strands of emeralds with your green onyx and your lovely Mandrea coloured apatite, 4 spools, so 40 metres in total of your essential gauges of wire should be, incredibly, £42.60. However, big price reduction coming your way on the basis that these are absolute bread and butters. I mean, from your gemstones to your wire gauges as well. Massive clearance price of £24.95. Kim, have we got enough of these? Nowhere near 79. Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough to go around, because I'd pay that £24.95 for the wire. Yeah. I'd pay that for the emerald, or without shadow of a doubt.
Well, there's pieces there that I would sell above that price on its own. So
yeah, I mean, we would talk about this quite a lot, and I'm just consciously trying to think about those people that are new to Jewellery Maker right now. So if you're thinking, what do you mean you'd sell pieces like that? Our kits are designed to give you the inspiration, obviously, with our guest designers, but basically to give you sort of well, the fundamentals that you need to actually go on to create pieces. How many have you made there? Because I think
I made 8.
8 pieces in total.
Still got,
and you've still got loads left over.
Still got a fair amount of the onyx, a little bit of the emerald, and I've still got quite a chunk of wire left as well. So I've still got lots of potential.
Yeah, 79 only. So this is a great way of actually starting your gemstone journey, but also a lot of art, and you are 100% getting the onyx in the kit. I know our specifications don't say it, but you will be getting the onyx as well. So yeah, not just for those that are starting the Jewellery Maker journey. A lot of our jewellery makers who have this as a business will buy our kits because it's savvy to buy it like this.
Yeah, and what I love about it is sometimes when you buy kits, for me, it's almost like you're buying a compilation CD. You know, you're getting everything all put together for you, so you don't have to go out and choose it. Yeah. So it's all done for you. You know it's all going to work, and it's there, and you haven't got to go out and pick and choose all of the ingredients. It's given to you.
That's a really good way of thinking about it, like a compilation DVD. If you were going to buy, you know, if you like this song and that song and this song, all from different bands and groups and everything, you'd have to buy all of their CDs, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But instead, you've got them all here. Wow, well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. I'm going to take a wander over to the lovely Laura, because then we can have a look at her gorgeous pieces of jewellery and of course inspire you with your creations. Okie dokie. Now, oh gosh, they're gem heavy as well, Laura, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. You know, I think that again is a luxury of when you get a kit like this. It's just being able to just think, do you know what, I am going to just go gem heavy. I'm going to have fun with this, rather than thinking, oh, I need to sort of make sure I stretch it out kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Why not?
You haven't got your hands tied behind your back, sort of being restricted in any way, shape or form. You've gone to the detail of actually putting emeralds on the back.
Yeah.
So that tells you just how gem heavy this is. And again, solitaire embellishments with this ring just down here, just one of those big lovely emerald boulders. I'm not calling them medium nuggets because look at the size of it. With the lovely buttery gold. Look how perfect that is. Oh gosh, Laura, that's amazing.
They're so easy to do as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So beautiful, isn't it? Look at the quality of the spiral work and how it enhances the beauty of the gemstone. Then you've got a little cluster here, kind of like channel setting, haven't you? You've created a full gemstone bangle. Oh, love that. They're almost Colombian greens, aren't they, with the onyx? To the bangle.
And that's what I was saying about the 0.6, because the 0.6 has been used to, one, put all of the stones on, because I could get them all on the 0.6, but also to decorate the bracelet, which, you know, with the thicker gauges of wire, you don't get that fluidity with it.
Yeah, amazing. And then very gem heavy pieces across here from a full on bib, as you can see. Stunning, absolutely incredible, and I love those combinations and tones of greens. Wonderful. So, what is it that you're going to be demonstrating for us then, Laura?
I just thought we'd do something a little bit more fun. Maybe get a couple of little quick mini demos.
It's always fun. What do you mean more fun? You're always fun.
Well,
so you want to get some mini demonstrations?
Yeah, so maybe do like a ring or two, and maybe the earrings, because they're so quick and easy. Okay. It's nice to show you that how with a kit like this, if you don't want to do gem heavy pieces, if you do want to just make quick sell pieces or quick makes, how quick and easy it is.
Lovely. Before we get into the demonstration, because the kit is very popular, by the way, do check out as soon as you possibly can. I want to bring you the ruby zoisite.
I saw them earlier when Amelia brought them out, and they're beautiful.
And are you also thinking that this with the emerald would be amazing?
Yeah, they've got that depth that's really going to...
Oh. 3 strands. It's limited though, it is very limited. From the family of tanzanite, zoisite, this gemstone is wildly different in terms of its actual appearance. Totally and utterly natural. You get lovely emerald greens to sort of your ruby reds, basically. Look at the name, ruby zoisite. To me, it reminds me of like a mint choc chip ice cream and a raspberry ripple. You've got that combination, which is so natural, so completely natural, and so unlike any other gemstone out there. Single-handedly, always one of our most sought sought after gems, although very rarely on your screens. This with the gold of the wire or the silver of the wire, this with the emerald or the apatite, or with the onyx as well. Just going to look absolutely amazing. So we wanted to bring this as well because you've got high polished gemstones in the kit, but this is more of a matte texture. So you're not just teaming and mixing the colours and the tones, you're also teaming the textures, I suppose. So these haven't been polished in any way, shape. If you actually feel them, they've got a kind of like a velvety touch to them. So 3 strands, and they're almost 1 metre in length on each of those strands, with of course the lovely intensities of those raspberry pinks. Ruby Zoisite trio coming up at, did you just say that?
Wow.
It's not just me that's shocked by that. It's going to make this kit go on and on and on and on and on.
Well, that bib type necklace in the centre, what I would do is rather than having chain as the sides, I would use, you know, a single strand in each of this. Because I think, imagine that, you would have a really lovely high-end piece there. Oh. And you could just have one on its own and have a pendant style on it as well. So you could do whatever you want. I think Ruby Zoisite is a very underrated gemstone.
Well, I think it's because we
just don't see it that often.
It's not well marketed, and it's like it takes me back to the conversation I had with my dad, and he said we were talking about Paraiba in particular in Alexandrite, and he was like, "Oh well, it can't be the rarest because it's not in the big 5," and I was like, no, the big 5 are the big 5 because of marketing, not because of rarity. And Ruby Zoisite is because it is so rare. It's just simply not pointless actually investing the millions of pounds worth that would go into the marketing of this gemstone. But it's very, very, very unique and always sought after by our wonderful Jewellery Maker team family because of its sheer beauty. And I love it. Loads of you are on this. £6.95.
But that's what I meant, the fact that, you know, I don't think people really appreciate how beautiful it is. I just think I think it's stunning. But I just think people don't realise how amazing that gemstone is.
Maybe because they've not experienced it as of yet. So get this home at that price tag, get it home. So wonderful. Thank you, Laura, for letting us bring that. I'll leave those with you until stocks last. So we can, go get it alongside your kit because it's going to make this kit go that much further. So you're going to be demonstrating some of the lovely rings.
Yeah, I'll do some rings. You know, it's really quick and easy to do these. So I've got the 3 different types of stone really and cut, so it goes to show if you've got these types of cut, even in different gemstones, how you can change the look about. Okay, and I'll still get one of these. What I'll do is I'll let you choose one of those whilst I'm just setting this up.
Can I?
Yeah. So for this I'm going to use my 0.8 wire and my 0.6, and I need my 0.8 and my 0.6 for this because the 0.8 is perfect gauge for doing your rings. It's nice and malleable, and you know, I can use the wires then to decorate it and get that fluidity. But if you go a little bit thicker to a 1mm, what can happen is it can get a little bit more kinked. It won't have that sort of fluidness. Okay. And I'm using my 0.6 so that I can put the stones on because you know, these stones aren't going to go onto a 0.8 wire.
Okay. All
right. So have you found your stone?
I have. I've picked my stone.
Do you want to cut it?
Sure.
So
Laura always gets me involved. I love that. You always get me involved.
There we go.
That one. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's perfect. In fact, this is a nice one for a ring because it's got a flat sort of back to it, but it's still got that sort of texture and shape, so it can come out and you can really decorate the stone.
I knew that.
You did. I know you did. You completely planned that, didn't you? No, I know. Right, so what I'm going to do is with this, you don't actually use a lot of 0.8 wire with this because you're attaching the stones with a different gauge of wire. So all you need is enough to make the ring shank and also just to decorate the sides slightly. So I'm actually only going to probably take about ½ metre or so.
You do that a lot, don't you? That's how you measure it, sort of from hand to elbow.
Yeah, just probably to sort of mid top arm.
Yeah. That's how
it's
Laura
probably about just 3/4 metre, just over ½ metre.
Half an arm.
Half an arm.
Half an arm's length.
Because you tend to have default lengths of wire that you'll cut. I tend to default the same sort of length every time. So I'm going to do, with this one, we're only just going to go one size larger than we need to because we're not going to adjust the ring shank very much. But the reason, when we make rings, what we do tend to do is go up about 2 sizes bigger because when you're working with the wire on the mandrel and with your hands, you can adjust the shape of the and size of the ring. and it will reduce. So we tend to go up a couple of sizes to allow for that reduction. But because the work that we're going to be doing on this is actually going to be quite minimal, we're only going to go up one extra size.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so go up a size extra than you actually intend. Mine's very used mandrel. There we go.
That's good. Well loved.
It is, but I can still see the S. And these, on the ring mandrel, they go up in 2s. So I know that I've got an S, a Q, and I know that this line here will be an O.
Yeah.
And the sizes are in between it. So I know that I'm going straight to an O. So what I'm doing is, if you see how I'm holding it away from me. I found the centre of the wire, and I've just placed my ring mandrel in the centre and crossed the 2 top wires over. So I'm then going to bring the wire.
Somebody's just texted Laura saying, are we wearing the same dress?
No, I'm hearts and you're flowers.
No, we're quite similar, aren't we? It is. Your
wise.
hearts, I'm flowers. Yeah, absolutely. Mine's really long. Too long, actually.
Yeah,
but
mine's...
yours are short.
So.
Short. You've got your pins out today, haven't you? No, not quite. We do look quite similar, though, don't we, today?
Yeah.
You haven't got the big protruding belly, though.
No, and I'm a little bit shorter, but apart from those factors. Okay, so I'm just going to go around 3 times on this. And the reason I've gone around 3 times is just so that I can get that sort of nice strong ring shank.
Yeah.
Okay. And so my wires are nice and just free at the back. And then at the front, none of the wires are crossing over. All right. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of take it off the mandrel. And I'm going to take one of the wires and feed it through. And just gently. Now you notice how I'm putting my finger actually inside the ring shank. That's so that I get a nice ring shank. If you hold your ring shank like this, it's going to set slightly off centre. So you see it's not going to sit nice and flat. Whereas if you sit like this,
pinch it.
No, hold it like this. Just change it so to see how it's keeping the wires nice and flat.
Yeah.
Okay, so just lock one piece of wire around and then go over to the other side and do the same. Now what I'm doing is leaving a bit of a gap in the centre between the wraps. You can see that there. Okay, so that centre is where my stones are going to sit.
Okay.
All right. So I'm actually going to start off doing the one with the sort of emerald slices, which is just the kind of channel set one. Okay, and this is just how quick and easy it is. I'm going to place this down.
We're talking about the one just by the graphics right now.
That's one. So I'm just going to take my 0.6 wire because I know my stones will go on there. Now, most of them will. There's going to be the odd one that won't. All right, and what I found the best thing to do was with your beading tray, any that wouldn't go on your 0.6, I just put in a separate little compartment.
Yeah, because you use it for something else.
Yeah, I mean, reusable completely, but I wouldn't keep picking them up.
Yeah.
That's the reason. So because we're using the same colour wire, this is really great because it's going to blend in. So I'm going to just feed it around. So it's just going to blend into this sort of section here where the wires are already wrapped. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that edge, little tail around, just so it's secure. And then I'm just going to kind of feed it up. Where the wires have kind of, where that wire's come across to do this wrap, there's a little gap. So I've just brought it up through there, just because I want to bring it into the centre. Okay? Then I'm going to just choose a couple. Now, we tend to work with odd numbers because it gives you a centre to draw to. So I'll either go for 3 or 5.
Yeah,
because then it's
and Mother Nature tends to go that way as well.
Because you've got a centre point that draws your eye to the centre.
Yeah.
So it's just our preference, but you don't have to. So look at your gap and obviously the size of the ring. If you're making a ring for somebody who's got slightly smaller fingers, they might only want 3. But if you've got somebody who's got slightly larger hands, larger fingers, or they're going for a different ring size, then you might want to do 5. So take that into consideration as well.
Because it is going to actually reduce the size of the actual shank itself.
Yeah.
Now, whilst Laura's just feeding on the gemstones, because we are going to briefly lose our graphics in a few moments' time, so it doesn't mean... You won't, just me. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So it doesn't affect you, it's just going to be affecting me. So I want to bring this in for you, though. Hot red. Thought it said something else then. Did I read that as something else then, did you? Or was it just me?
That was just you.
I didn't look at it and I went, what's that say? Anyway, hot red coloured wire, and this is in your 1mm gauge. 50-metre spool. We were talking earlier on about, Laura, the fact that you don't want your stock levels of wire to sort of hinder your creativity, I suppose, because you know, you don't think, oh well, I can't make that because I haven't got enough of this to go around. Love that flame red as well, absolutely incredible. It's one of our new wire colours, and it's more of a it's hard to describe because the last red wire that we actually had was definitely a primary red, but this is even more so, isn't it? It's more of a poppy red.
Yeah, it is like a pillar box. It's like a post box red, isn't it? Yeah. It's a very, very vibrant red.
Yeah, absolutely, and really gorgeous. The 1mm gauge, so do you know what? This is going to go such a long way because if you use your 1mm gauge for structure as well, so you might just get that flash of colour coming through. If you teamed it with the yellow gold colour that you're just working with right now, Laura, or team it with the silver colour that you also get within the kit, or the copper, should be for 50 metres £17.95. Don't often get to bring you individual wire components like this outside of a kit. So to get hold of this right now, again, it will work lovely with all of the green gemstones and that lovely contrast. Wow, big price reduction. If you're on those phones, fantastic. I hope I've got enough of these to go around. £8.95.
Wow. For 50 metres as well.
That's almost a tenner back in your pocket. For 50 metres, yeah, absolutely. We used to pay, and I know I keep sounding like a broken record, we used to pay that for 10 metres, Laura, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to get the 50 metres is lovely as well because, you know, if you're only going to use sort of little sections for certain projects, especially with a 1mm, you don't tend to use the 1mm so heavily as you do the sort of lower gauges.
No.
So it means that you've got loads there to cover all your projects, but you haven't got absolutely tons that you might not necessarily need.
£8.95. Okay, have we got enough of these to go around? Oh, there's 121, but I can see, what, about 40 people with it in their basket straight away, and I'm guessing lots of people will multi-buy. Telephone bidders, do stay where you are on those phone lines. I've got the 0.6 in this red coming up as well. In fact, we'll bring it in straight away because I'm going to assume you're going to want to add it to your order. Wow, that's going to be one of the biggest savings of the day so far. For wire especially, you know, wire products, those of you that are doing your wire working already will go, gosh, yeah, we're always asking for this or that or this or that, and then this colour and that gauge. And they always sell out, don't they? Well, our quantity is 122. That's not nearly enough. It's not, you know, it's like your beading threads. You need your wires as a wire worker, otherwise you can't make any jewellery. Sorry to state the obvious here. Now, shall we stick with the 50-metre spools? Brand new spools that we have here, launched only a few weeks ago. This is with the 0.6 gauge, so again, you can use these for all of your findings as well, which I think would be lovely. So if you wanted to create jump rings, if you wanted to create shepherd hooks, if you wanted to create...
well, between the two gauges, you've got enough to create your clasps, your shepherd hooks, and like you say, your sort of links and things like that. But your Viking knit, this is ideal for Viking knit.
Ah, good point.
For gizmoing, if you wanted to do a quill gizmo flower or something like that.
It would look lovely with the gold,
beautiful,
wouldn't it, as well?
Yeah. And all the greens.
Love it. Love, love, love it. Now, again, price reduction coming your way. If you're on those phone lines, add it to your order. Should be, I can't believe we're even saying this, £9.95. Can I just say, Hannah Roxbury, if you're watching right now, where have you got this new supplier from, and how have we managed to negotiate such affordable price tags? Because we were really competitive beforehand. This. That's amazing. I need to go and ask Hannah this, don't I?
Yeah.
Hannah, where's the new supplier and everything from? And incredible, because we used to, but I've been around Jewellery Maker for well, about 3.5 years now, and I can remember our wire, it was always out of stock because our suppliers then couldn't keep up. Nothing's changed there. Well, it is in stock, but unfortunately your demand, and we are a global company, means that opportunities like this. And I also can remember, and I'm sure Hannah would probably say this right now, we don't need to price slash our wire. We don't need to, because you know, most businesses would be like, nah, you know, we'll only do clearance on items that we want to get rid of. We don't especially want to get rid of our wire because you need it and we can sell it at a profit, but that's not what we're about. We're about bringing you incredible deals. So that means you can get both spools, so 100 metres of wire for, let's call it 15 quid, shall we?
Wow. Like you say, you can make complete sets with that, can't you? If you did want to make a gizmo piece, or if you did want to make a Viking knit or rosary link or anything like that, you've got that thicker gauge to make that matching clasp, to make, you know, I mean, I've used a 1 mil wire to make a clasp at the back of that apatite necklace with the spiral, so you can hammer it, you can do rings with it, you can do so much with it.
Shall I turn it around so you can see that clasp as well? So this is the clasp that Laura's talking about right now. So £15.90 it totals for the both of those gauges. This and you've actually sort of hammered that there as well.
Yeah, hammered it to get that texture.
Well, funny enough, I've got the whammer coming up.
Yeah, that would be better because of it being that coloured wire. You know that you can hammer it with the nylon side, and it's not going to take any of the colour off.
Yeah. So okay. So with your colour, red wire in particular.
Yeah.
It's all about preserving that colour as well. You don't want it to dent.
It's just about going gentle with it, isn't it, and keeping it beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. I love the fact that you're doing lots of twisting while we're bringing you.
Just carrying on.
Just carrying on. Sorry, my love.
No,
We've got
all right.
loads to bring you. That's the thing, and squeeze in. Don't worry, we'll go back to Laura. I promise you that. This is the whammer. I tell you what. Whoever named this product...
It was done by Linda Jones. This is actually, Linda Jones is a very well-known wire worker, and she has actually brought that out for wire workers.
I didn't know that you were actually going to give me the facts.
Sorry.
About... No, that's brilliant. I was like, who named this product? Because it's genius. Whammer. A whammer.
Yeah. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cool, because everyone knows what they're on about with a whammer. It's your wired jewellery hammer with 2 interchangeable heads, basically, and I'm just reading what it says. Beadsmith, you can feel the weight, and a hammer, it is, this might sound a bit silly, all of the DIYers out there watching will be going, yeah, absolutely, I know what you mean. You do want to have a natural weight to it as well for the fall. Show you what it is. So this is a Beadsmith product, and I'll read what it says on the back for you. It's designed by Linda Jones. Who's Linda Jones, for those that don't know?
So she's a very well-known wire worker. She's been doing wire work for a long, long time. She's written lots of amazing books, and she's very good for just, you know, so she knows how to get that tool that's going to be the best benefit for your wire workers, really.
There we go, fantastic. So designed by, without shadow of a doubt, an expert. The whammer is a must-have 3-in-1 tool for every jeweller. It's a dual-headed hammer which has 1 fixed position head as well as an interchangeable nylon and dapping head, which creates texture, doesn't it, Laura?
Yeah.
Though the whammer was specifically created for use on wire, silversmiths will also love this compact multi-purpose tool. Here we go. Here's a little demonstration of the whammer in action. So literally, ding, 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 ding. Recommend using it with your steel block, which is obviously pictured here. What you're doing there is just basically flattening the wire, aren't you?
Yeah, basically.
That's the texturing.
That's the texturing sort of side of it, yeah. And obviously, if you use the nylon side, it's going to not necessarily flatten the wire, but it will work hard in it, which we talked about earlier, about just making it that bit stronger and holding its shape a bit more rigid. And also, it won't flatten it, though. It will just
This is work hardening, right?
Yeah,
now.
work hardening. And also protects it, like I say. If it's got a coating on and you don't want to lose that coating, then it's ideal.
Lovely. We have to bring the price on so we can get back into the demonstrations for you. Now, it should be, from Beadsmith, £18.95. However, slashing the price point, usable on many interchangeable different mediums from, here we go, you've got, I forget what these are called now.
Scale mail.
Scale mail, you've also got, you can use it on your, you can use it on your little tags and things like that. Copper.
You use it the way you would use any hammer. That basically, you know, you've got that versatility of the fact that it's got basically, it's a bit of a compact all-in-one. It's got a texturizer, it's got a flattener, and it's got a sort of a protector.
Yvonne in London is saying, I love my whammer. I use it all the time for my silver work. Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Yvonne, because like I said, it says that on the back of this as well. Again, we'll get back to, leave that with you and get back to the lovely Mrs. Binding.
Mrs. Binding, okay. So basically, I've just prepped the 3 rings for you because they're pretty much the same once you've done that initial shank. So with the one that we were originally doing, what I've done is I've put 3 of the gemstones on, and I'm just going to show you how we would finish this. We'd just feed that wire to attach it on the opposite side. Okay. So just wrap it a couple of times. You don't need to do many because we're only securing the gemstones onto the actual ring shank itself. Once you've got it secure, you can then take your pliers and just trim those tails, those edges, once you know it's nice and secure.
And keep hold of them because you can use those for other things,
I mean, I've got earring findings there, haven't you? And then taking my flat nose pliers, my chain nose, sorry, I'm just going to gently give it a little bit of a flatten. Now, obviously, I'm doing this a bit quickly. You would take care to make sure it's all nice and finished properly. Then what I'm going to do is these two tail wires here, if I show you it like that, they're in opposite directions, so they're ideal to just take one, take the other, go round and round, and just kind of build a little nest. Now, oops, sorry. I'm obviously doing this in reverse to show the camera, but what you can do is get it nice and secure, and you really sort of almost hug those stones to sort of let it be set. And you're also supporting it and covering your securing wires as well.
And all the edges. So if you had one of those tails, if you like, pointing outwards, it could catch.
Would disappear, yeah. And then again, you just take the wires on the edge. Now, even at this point, you can still save the ring shank if you've been holding it incorrectly, but just gently, and I'm using just normal chain nose pliers, going over and settling those wires. And then what you want to do is just take a wire, one on each side, so you want to go around once and then twice. And you see I used my pliers then to get a nice sharp wrap. Then I'm going to take my cutters now. I've got the wire going across as if I'm going to do a second wrap, and I'm going to cut it nice and close to the edge so it looks like another wrap, but it doesn't go all the way around. And because I've used my flush cutters, if you feel that, I haven't done anything other than cut.
No, you haven't.
No, it has got a tiny little edge, but very minimal. It's very minimal. Yeah. So then what you do then, and that's the difference in using those tools, you just gently take your pliers.
So definite benefits to a flush cutter then.
Yeah. Take your pliers and just gently, I'm holding the sort of the wrap with my hand and gently rocking it. Now feel it now. Bear in mind, I've only done it very quickly.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. So you do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to quickly show you a different version.
Can we just show that on the profile?
I mean, that's been done super quick and backwards, but it's just to get the idea.
No, lovely.
You would obviously make sure your stones are straight.
But you're doing it obviously live television and demonstrations, and you're also showing off three different types of jewellery. Yeah. Amazing, okay. Okay,
so super quickly, we've done exactly the same, but I've used my 0.4 wire and the onyx so that I've got a smaller detail in the centre. And what I've done is opened up those two wraps slightly. So these are the wires that came across here, but I've just opened them to just give a bit of decoration. Yeah. And then all you want to do is make sure they've gone round once on each side, so you can see. And then all you want to do is just have a bit of fun with this. So just kind of decorate it. Oh, sorry, there we are. Let's go look. There we go. So keep that wire quite obvious there. And then feed it. Now I've used a 1 mil for this, so it's got a bit more strength. Because the wire is going to be exposed, I've just used the 1 mil, so I've gone round twice, and it won't buckle and it will hold its shape. And then take this wire here, maybe do a little hand swirl, and see how you can build that up. And then you can just, when you're happy, again, cut that wire on one side, and again, take this wire if you want, go across the front if you want. See how that changes? Yeah, lovely. Really organic shape. Tracy in Lancashire saying this hammer plus a very small amount of wire and a 4 squared leather pad, $49.95 plus $2.99 post and packaging on another channel. JM prices are the bomb. I love that. Thank you so much, Tracy, for doing that price comparisons. We encourage you to do that because we've got a team who do an amazing job at actually making sure that our price points are super competitive. And if it means that a supplier, for example, if we've outsourced something and a supplier sent us something to us, and then it means that we can't necessarily negotiate, then we'll go back to them. Do you know what I mean? We'll go back and make sure that we can. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Tracy. Now, before we go into the next one of your rings, I love this. It's cool, isn't it? It's so beautifully simple. Yeah. Now, imagine that we've never seen this before, Laura. Okay. What do you do with these two blocks? Do you make Gigi noises? You could if you wanted to. It made you happy. It would make me happy. Or do you make horrible noises like this? Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, that was horrible. Sorry. Sorry. You genuinely were horrified by that then. That's still making me go, ooh. Sorry. That's like cotton wool and polystyrene to me. Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, no, polystyrene in particular. Oh, the squeak. Oh, anyway. What do we do with your whacker? So, let me see if I can just show you. Now, I don't have a hammer with me, but what you would do is you place it down here, gently. Don't Yeah, in case you were going to do that, I could see. You know, it's like when a child, where it's like, I need to, don't press the button.
I love, look, you're like my mum on air. Don't do that, Eleanor.
You can tell I'm a mum, can't I?
No, you totally knew what was in my mind
yeah,
then.
You read my... I could see it.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, right. You've got two different blocks, basically, haven't you?
So what you would do is place your wire inside the block. So you've got a choice now. You can just sort of...
Ooh! Jeez!
Hit it.
All right.
See, that'll teach you to scrape.
Blimey!
I love how everyone just jumps.
I tell you what, I was frightened of you for a minute there, Laura.
Right, so obviously you would do that a couple of times.
Amelia, I'd stand back, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Did your heart go then, Amelia?
I'm scared like
She's holding hot drinks, for goodness sake.
Oh.
Right, anybody?
Sorry.
Right, ready?
I'm not so worried about you.
Can you oh, okay, fair enough. Can you just count us in next time you're going to do that?
Just in my defence, I didn't realise it was going to be that loud. Didn't realise.
Okay. Right, yes.
So I won't do it as hard this time, but basically... 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can just hit it nice and hard. And all that's going to do is give it a bit more strength and set the shape, okay? But the best way to do it, ideally, is to place it like this, get a hammer and actually hit it.
And what does it do?
It just flattens, it doesn't flatten the wire, but it work hardens it, but keeps that, again, it's protecting it. It's basically like the whammer, but in blocks.
Right.
So it won't flatten the wire, but it will work harden it and set it more into its shape. So it's ideal if you do use your colours, or you know, coloured wires, or you don't want that flattened look, but you want it to be a bit stronger.
Work hardening is basically taking wire, which is usually quite soft, particularly if it's warmed, and actually sort of re-energising, I suppose, all of the compositions within the wire itself, and making it solidify.
Yeah, it's just, it makes it
it's
more...
It's like freezing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's making it more set. So obviously when you use a hammer, you're going to hit it, and if you hit it hard, you're going to start flattening the wire. With that, you're able to hit it and work hard on it, but not flatten the wire, not change the shape of the wire. Don't. And not damage the wire as well.
Yes, absolutely. $5.95 only for your whacker tool. Wonderful. You'd have hours of fun with that. Honestly, hours and hours and hours of fun. Annoying people with the noises.
So you were going to running around like this behind people.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so
that's that one done.
That's beautiful.
So that was really...
And yet it took, what, minutes?
Takes seconds. It really does take seconds.
That's so lovely with the green onyx. Look how vibrant that is.
And each one you do will be different. Now that's that has been done with the 1 mil, so it's only got 2 ring shank. You can, if you find the 1 mil a little bit harder to work with, go for the 0.8. Just remember to wrap 3 times if you're using a 0.8.
Okay.
And super quickly, I'll just show you again with the sort of focal emerald. So what I've done is created, if I can show you the back, rather than locking, what I've done is kind of just created a swirl base. Okay. And then what I've done is, again, using my 0.6 wire, just secured it around those single wires, because again, this wire is going to be hidden. So I can get rid of that, and I can get rid of that, and this stone has been secured to this base.
That's the one I picked.
So then what you do is you can just use these 2 wires as one. Now again, I've gone for a 1 mil just because I couldn't find a 0.8 in amongst there. So if you felt happy doing a 0.8 with this, that's fine. And what you can do is just swirl around, and then just be a bit organic with it, see what happens. I've got longer lengths, you'll notice, because I want to be able to decorate the stone as much as I want. Okay, so I'm just going around that ring shank just to secure it a little bit, because it is nice to be able to try and secure it as you go. And then what you can do then is come back up, and then you can get that kind of swirl motion, and then you just rotate the ring. So I'm holding the wire, and I'm actually rotating the ring itself. And then just decorate it a little bit, see how it can go over that stone. And then again, if you wanted to pop it back under this side, you can. You can just do whatever you want with it. There's no sort of rules really, and you can just decorate the stone as much as you want. Now this is where, because I'm using the 1 mil, you see how it's fighting me a little bit, it's not as fluid. Yeah. It's fine, I'm just doing this in a bit of a rush. So obviously the quicker you're trying to do it, the harder, and then you can see how those shapes maintain more. So it is probably, I would advise doing this in a 0.8 if you were going to, but just go around and just go over that stone and just decorate it.
If you like something a bit more substantial, then the 1 mil works.
Yeah, and obviously I'm doing this super quick and in a rush, whereas if I was at home, I'd be sat with it like this and seeing exactly what I'm doing. And you just finish it exactly the same, ring shank a bit of wire to the side, or you can just do a little spiral if you feel that you can.
Love it. And
Okay,
use as much or as little as you like.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Have some fun creating with this beautiful kit and all of your wonderful emerald jewellery. Now, coming up after the break, we have got wonderful rainbow moonstone and also the first strand I've actually seen like it of amethyst. Absolutely incredible, huge prisms, which are just amazing. So lots of brand new ins, lots of incredible opportunities, lots of wonderful saving bundles and more inspiration from the wonderful Laura after this.
Iolite is a really interesting stone as it displays strong pleochrism. With its distinct pleochrism, you can see many different colours depending on which direction you view the stone. As light is split, when it moves and travels through the stone, it is reflected back in different colours. So you often see a pale yellow-green, a deep blue or even a violet blue colour through this stone as well. Vikings often used this gemstone to help with the navigation of the seas. It would be mounted at the front of a boat, and as the direction of the boat turned, so would the pleochritic colours change as well. This kept the boat on course.
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
Kunzite is a member of the spodumene family. It was discovered in 1902 and named after Tiffany's gem hunter extraordinaire, George Frederick Kunz. Due to this stone's tendency to fade in direct sunlight, it's often referred to as the evening stone.
Welcome everybody, nice to have your company this morning. My name's Elena and you're of course watching Jewellery Maker. I'm joined by the lovely Laura Binding, who is of course inspiring us throughout this morning's show. Now, not only do we have wonderful tutorials from our fabulous guest designers, we also bring you genuine gemstones of some of the highest grades. On Tuesday, for those of you that weren't able to tune in, I was able to launch for the very first time graded gemstones. Now, it wasn't in the obvious tanzanite actually, it was in one of your favourites, labradorite, a phenomenal gemstone. So for those of you that don't know, that we have a head office over in Jaipur in India, a wonderful buying team, and I noticed, you see to the crew and anybody that's been here in the buildings, we've got lovely artwork as well which has been sent from India. Have you seen that in the kitchen? So lovely. Lots of colours, etc. That must have been, has it been shown on air? We need to show it actually. I think it's really nice from our JM team, and it's all out of paper art. Anyway, I digress somewhat, but our team in Jaipur, hello by the way, if you're watching, I have had the privilege of meeting many of them, work exceptionally hard, and they work exceptionally hard not just in sourcing of the gemstones and negotiating the gemstones, they also work in the grading of the gemstones. Now I've been in our grading office in Jaipur, and they have individuals who are obviously very highly skilled, who sit and with a pair of tweezers under light and go through every single one gemstone meticulously, checking that it is a consistent grade. If it's not, then it's put to one side of the pile. Again, have a little look at my pictures on my Facebook page on Elena Barker presenter, and you can find it there. There's parcels. You can see individuals actually looking at every single one of them. For the first time ever, we brought you a graded strand of labradorite, sold out, completely on and gone within just a couple of minutes. Now, I don't know if that's something we're going to be seeing more and more and more of. I think it's something that I would like to see more of, even if it does incur just a couple of extra pounds. If you disagree with me, that's fine, but you know, I just personally think that it's an indication of the quality that we bring you. Now, whilst this strand is not graded, I'd like to suggest that potentially it could be in the same way. Two phenomenal gemstones, as you saw, labradorite was the first time that ever I brought you AAA graded labradorite. Today I'm bringing you rainbow moonstone. Both have got similarities in how they perform, in how they actually play with light and bring you that phenomenal effect, hence the name, a phenomenal gemstone. This is adolescence, and it is light trapped between layers of mica inclusions. But rainbow moonstone, which is to me like, you know, your very high clarity and decolorless diamonds, this is like the best possible grade of moonstone because it has got a full spectrum of color coming through. So not just the blues, you also get the lovely reds, yellows, oranges, etc., and greens coming through. Now, our graphics don't say that this is graded, but I fully think that it could be. I mean, look at that performance of color. So hopefully that grading process is going to be something we're going to see more of. Again, because of the quality of the gemstones that we're offering right here, right now, I think it should be right. But lean on your own knowledge right now. You know that moonstone, there's a big difference between one moonstone and rainbow moonstone. It's all about that fascinating spectrum of colour. The Romans believed that this gemstone was literally solidified rays of the moon. Of course, greatly treasured. And in actual fact, I'm looking at it thinking it's like solidified rainbows encapsulated within a gemstone. So I'm going to suggest, I don't know, potentially graded rainbow moonstone. I think it could be. Brand new premiere opportunity for you this morning for 165 carats. Look of this natural gemstone and being launched. Look at the greens, even the greens on the exterior. It's just like a circumference glow, isn't it, of each of those gemstones. Instead of being at the three-figure price tag that it could be, today we're bringing it to you at $39.95, and they are jam-packed on this strand as well. 23 centimeters, but if you think about it, they're at least doubled up, aren't they? So it could be double that. Hello, Francis. Hello to you, Jill. Hello to you, Anna in Suffolk. Nice to have your company this morning. Do check out as soon as you can. Going right the way up to your 11 by 7 millimeters in size and diameter. Look how wonderfully they are. Just a small cluster, a gathering of them.
Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? But for me, I think that they're the kind of thing that make beautiful everyday earrings. I know I say this all the time because it is the kind of style I would wear. I don't wear big over-the-top earrings. I like little simple earrings.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So I would put a tiny little bit of sterling silver wire, find two nice matching sized ones, have it attached to a nice sterling shepherd hook, and even if you sold them at a base price of £10, which is ridiculously cheap,
yeah.
How many pairs have you got on now?
Oh gosh, multiples of them. Now I'm going to have to move on because again this is more limited than the launch of the AAA labradorite, but and already lots of you are there, so well done. Now I've not seen a strand like this previously before. There are only 55 of these available in the vault, so once they're gone, they're gone. The colour is just amazing and the sheer size. Do you know why? We think about amethyst, and I think it's a recognised globally gemstone that okay, amethyst rare, it's that lovely deep purple. Forms within geodes. So what is a geode? It's a crevice, basically, which forms underneath the earth. That might be from fallen trees, which have then gradually decayed and deteriorated, leaving like a cylinder or a tunnel, if you like, underneath the ground where crystals then form. That's what a geode actually is. Now, actually, when it comes to amethyst and citrine in particular, because obviously they both form within those geodes, very difficult to buy at the moment, because many of our Chinese traders are buying the entire geode and actually using them in home decorations rather than obviously being broken down into individual gemstones. But going back to what I was saying, so you think about a geode and how the crystal actually forms within that, it's very similar to sort of the shapes that you've got here, but my goodness, I've never seen anything like it. Look at the sheer size of every single one of these lovely prisms. Top drilled. I'm taking one of these and I'm literally putting it on a 32 length of sterling silver chain, as is. They're just amazing, because it's quite an unusual cut. Again, I keep it quite simple, Laura, and I just go, right, okay, just suspend maybe the two smaller ones on the outside. It is a graduation, if you like, as earrings, and just sort of elongated neckline piece. What would you do with these?
Well, what was the first thing I said to you today when I came in the studio this morning? Was I was straight away, I was drawn to them, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Those amethysts. I saw them and I was like, wow, look at them, they're beautiful. Yeah, you do think of that sort of pendulum type necklace, don't you? That one single drop. You could, if you wanted to, decorate it with wire. I personally don't think I would, because I love the sort of uniqueness of that cut of stone.
And the faceting as well, it's really lovely.
I wouldn't want to take away from that.
No.
But you could go outside the box, you could make a light pull out of it, you know, for, like, do you know what I mean, don't you? Like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean,
myself.
Yeah. Wonderfully demonstrated.
I know, right? That's why you have me here. The other thing I was thinking was if you wanted it to just hang as a drop on a piece of monofilament, almost like a crystal drop, you know, catch the light
in the windows or something like that, like a dream catcher. These are stunning. I personally would be thinking, right, just take the big ones and one of those, make a real feature elongated neckline piece. Beautiful. Don't often see this shape. They're very geometric, aren't they? You know, and they're all absolutely universal in that prism shape. Even the biggest is right the way up to 24 by 15 millimeters. Totally and utterly natural. Again, not treated in any way, shape or form. From Zambia, which by the way, Zambia Mine is owned by Gemfields, who also own Fabergé as a brand. So you are really acquiring an incredible location of source of this gemstone. $29.95 for 350 carats of natural bi-prisms of your amethyst. I'll quickly count them for you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in total on here. That's 12 individual pendants, if you like, or multiple pairs of earrings, or an entire suite, or maybe an amazing dream catcher.
Yeah, definitely. I would be tempted just to have one in the light. So I think it would make you feel really sort of special when that sun comes through. But you could put a tassel. So if you did go for that long necklace, you could choose one of the more substantial ones. They're all substantial, but like the real focal ones, and put a little cluster. I would probably choose moonstone or labradorite to really catch that.
And really embrace the movement of these, because it is a pleochroic gemstone, so you don't just see purples, you'll see blues and you'll see wonderful pinks as well. If you retailed one of those big bi-prisms on a long length of chain, whether it be copper plated, whichever, and sold it for £30, I'd be there, because that's the kind of thing I would buy right now, because maybe because of the baby bump at the moment, I'm looking for the longer line things just to sort of slim me down somewhat, in a vain attempt anyway. Okay, now it's time. You've been messaging in, I know, and I've not been ignoring you. We've just had so much to bring you throughout the course of the morning. There are only 58 of these available. It is our large bag, Jewellery Maker bag. Comes with, of course, your adjustable handle, like so. Of course, in our lovely JM branding, which I always say, I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's kind of like a little satchel, which I love. Also got your hand holder. So you can hold it here or over the shoulder. Natalie is saying, fab little bag, lots of storage pockets. And I'll open it up to show you exactly what Natalie is all about. It is branded all the way around as well. You've got those lovely colours. Sheena in South Yorkshire is saying, this bag is great, as I have a huge handbag. It fits inside and is full of jewellery I have made. When someone compliments me on the jewellery I'm wearing, abracadabra, I make a sale. I love that, Sheena. I love that. I absolutely love that. What a great idea as well.
Definitely. You do need to self-promote.
Yeah, 100%. And you think it's a lost sale if you haven't got the pieces there as well. And this is, you know, it doesn't even have to go in your handbag. Wear it like this. Because it's nice, it's stylish as well. Now, obviously, comes with the double zip, so I'll undo those. Folds out. Wait till you see this. But look at all of these. I'll shimmy them forward for you, and I'll start here. You've got a zip compartment taking up the full space. Then you have got, flip this one back. Packages here. Those are there's 3 along there. Then you've got, look at all of these in the centre. Then you've got more. And you've got more. Wow, launched when? 2013. And I'm still not done with your compartments, by the way, because you've got more on the back with a little Velcro connector. And I'm still not done. Turn it around on the front. I've also got a zip compartment here. So you can store so much. Yeah, whether it's your finished pieces of jewellery or whether it is your tools and all of your findings and your gemstones, if you like. Great way of actually transporting all of your pieces. Again, I'm not just thinking about business jewellery makers right now. This is great a way of actually keeping it all very tidy and organised in your own home. 30 by 23 millimetres, so it is sizable, coming your way at just $14.95. Do you know what I think's wonderful? All of our guest designers use all of these bags. I mean, which one have you got with you today?
I've got the big satchel.
You've got the big one today. I saw Alison the other day. She uses these. Yeah. All of our guest designers use them. It is adjustable as well. It's actually actually on the longest length. I won't do it now in the essence of time, but should I just quickly stand up and show you just how over the head if you want it to be? Mind my mic. Pull that down because I'm sorry, banging my mic. 1 second. There we go.
But it would also go in my big bag. So if I wanted to visit, if you were doing commissions or something like that, like you say visiting someone and you had specific pieces in there to go and see somebody specific, you put it in your bag and then arrive and then just take it out of your bag and it's still all in there. And
it is that fabric which is going to last. You know, sometimes you get fabrics which are quite flimsy. This is quite substantial. $14.95 only for this, but we only had a limited quantity of it, 55 and we started with, so grab it whilst you can. Great, absolutely amazing. Now going back to what you were saying, maybe you haven't got a gigantic bag like what you saw in a text message just then. Maybe you've got a smaller bag, but you still like the idea of maybe carrying a few of your pieces of jewellery around. Hey presto, this is what you need. Oh, we've had abracadabra and hey presto, all in one conversation, haven't we? This is your mini portfolio bag. Great for makeup as well, by the way. Perfect for makeup bag because it's that right size, isn't it? Now, open it up, of course, JM branded all the way around. You've got your lovely little handle at the top there. Zip compartment. Open it up. And again, you've got all of your little individual areas. So one here, transparent one there, another one there, another one there. You've got a foldy thing here, technical term. And then you've got all of these. Now, if I just put that one back, just because that's going to bug me if I don't show it to you properly. There you go. You can suspend chains from that so they don't get all tangled together and position them into the pockets. They are fantastic. How many times have you got pieces of your jewellery actually tangled all up? This prevents that. It's the mini. Again, we launched this not that long ago. Gosh, today we've had the travel portfolio, we've had the mini bag, and we've just had that wonderful satchel too. So imagine if you've got all of those today. And tell you what, it's going to keep your storage and everything organised nicely. Those of you that are new to Jewellery Maker, you might be thinking, well, I don't need to worry about storage as of yet. You'd be amazed at how quickly things tend to spill over. And of course, with your genuine gemstones and your precious metals and your gorgeous findings and all of the pieces of jewellery that you've created, you're going to want to look after them after you've invested all your loving, wonderful skills. Now, should be $9.95. Should be. You'd pay more than that for a makeup case, wouldn't you? I know of jewellery makers who have not, who've got like 5, 10 of these. It's a bit like our storage bags.
Can you remember what I used mine for?
What do you use yours for?
I did tell you this morning.
You did tell me, I can't remember.
I know. Viking knit.
Yes.
I keep my Viking knit tools in there. I keep my lazy daisies.
It's the perfect size, isn't it?
Yeah, that centre part you opened up with the pockets.
This bit?
Nope, the actual where you had to do something, it was bugging you. You had to pop something.
Oh, this bit.
Yes. I put my lazy daisy tools in those pockets and my drawer plate. Yep. And then in the side bit next to it, the clear zippy bit next to it.
Oh, do you know? Yeah, sorry.
I put my my little pin and my cutters and any little samples.
Do you know what I've just noticed, Laura?
And another bit.
Yeah, I've never even noticed this before. What's that? Hang on. Can you see that? Can you see the holes down here?
Yeah, it's like an earring display.
And they're for your earrings, your stud earrings. I've never noticed them before. That's fantastic. What a great idea. £7.95 only for your mini portfolio bag. Well done. Stay where you are, stay where you are. Now, okay, more bundles. Oh, no way is it. Anybody that loves their opal, you're going to need to buy this. I will wholeheartedly put my own name to this and say, personally, my recommendation. There are 79 of these available. Laura, I've never seen rondelles with so much play of colour.
I can see it glowing on your fingers.
Have you ever seen sparkle like that? Sparkle. When do we say sparkle with Ethiopian opal? We don't, do we? Have you ever noticed that? We say sparkle with diamonds. Don't say it with opal. It's not a word that you would use to describe it. We talk about performance, we talk about play of colour, we talk about transparency. We don't say sparkle. Oh my goodness, look at this. I've never seen a strand like it. Do you see what I mean? This is sparkle. I want to buy this. I want to buy this, Kim.
That is amazing. Imagine that in between those rounds, if you'd got on those rounds. Imagine those together, that's just going to make an amazing neck piece.
Okay, can I just point out right now, if I was to phone Steve Bennett right now, in fact, we were to buzz up to our managing director upstairs, who has been around the jewellery industry, like many of us here at Jewellery Maker for many years, seen high-end pieces of jewellery commissioned. I'm sure he would concur. Don't you agree, Kim? I'm sure Colin would agree that this is some of the finest opal that you could wish for. It's all about the performance of colour, the play of colour, which, my goodness, I'm not even having to shelter it. And you've got it across the entirety of each of those opals. But I've never said sparkle before when it comes to this gorgeous gemstone. Gemologists would agree, if you've got over 80% play of colour, then you've got an exceptional quality opal. Wait. Kim, you know what our guest designers always do, and they make an appeal. If anybody is watching right now, and do you want one as well? Any members of staff watching right now? Will you buy Kim and I one, and we'll give you the money back, obviously? Can you dial through? I can't miss this, Kim. I really can't miss this. Can you? Kim, I know it's breaking the rules. Can you not phone the contact centre? I'm going to cry if I miss out on this because it's so amazing. I've never seen opals like it.
No.
Look, I'm not even doing anything right now. Look at the play of colour. Normally, you notice I have to shelter it. I'll do it. Oh, my goodness. Diddy One, Mama B, if you're watching right now, please dial. I'll actually cry if I miss out on this. I will actually cry. This is amazing. I've never seen opal like it before. What about the Oxbury? She can ring for me, can't she? She's probably busy. She's probably busy right now, and I'm actually asking our buying managers, who's just bought 3? Kent, I'm not surprised. I would be as well. I haven't even brought your price in and how many have we got left, Kim? I'm not seeing any familiar names of members of staff right now who are appealing to our... How come... Laura, if you asked, you'd get it answered, wouldn't you? Can you ask for me?
Don't drag me into this. Basically, if there's any guest designers or any JM staff watching, please buy them these
For
opals.
me?
Just buy, yeah, please.
Do you want one as well?
Yeah, I'll get one.
And for the three of us, we want it as well. We want to join Sharon and Kathleen and Christina and Gillian, West Yorkshire and Kath and Antoinette and Berkshire and Patricia and Anna. And, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything like it before. And it's not just one area, it's across the entirety of the Strand. Again, Colin, our managing director, he's here in the building right now. He's been in the industry for many years. He's seen some very high-end pieces of jewellery. I know that from the previous establishments that he's worked at as well. His experiences of Ethiopian will be very, very high. I'm absolutely betting that he's going to put this in, rank this up there with some of the best. Because if you think about it, a gemologist, Sir Hannah Roxbury, they agree that if you see play of colour over 80% across the surface of the gemstone, then you've got something exceptional.
Do you want me to go out and get you some?
I definitely want to get some. I definitely want to get some. Oh my goodness, it is going to sell out. It is going to sell out. Webbitters, don't leave it in those baskets if you want to guarantee success. I'm going to say it. It's not. I know it's not a positive trait. I am so jealous right now.
Wow.
Get this home, have it revalued. I know it costs to have things valued or appraised, or walk it into any jeweller. Walk it into every jeweller, any jeweller that you know that is obviously deals with high-end gemstones, and see what they say about this opal strand. If they disagree with me or you disagree with me when you get this home, absolutely no problem. Return it, not a problem. Return it, we will refund every single penny and pound that you have paid on your piece. This is, without shadow of a doubt, I think a moment in Ethiopian opal history for us here at Jewellery Maker. This is, without shadow of a doubt, some of the finest that I've ever seen. No if buts or maybes, Laura.
No, it is absolutely stunning. And even before you held it up to the light, when you just had the two tail ends of it, the smaller ends, across your hand, it was glowing orange. You probably couldn't see it from here, but it was actually your skin was glowing orange with the reflection of it. You can see it here. See, I can see it. And it's your hand has got an orange reflection on it. Can you see that?
Oh my goodness.
And from my angle, I can see that even more. So if you had that, like this necklace I'm wearing now, just a section of that with some sterling silver chain.
Shall I hold it up to the neckline for you?
Go on then.
Have you noticed how I'm a little bit slower talking right now? Because I am really gutted. I'm genuinely gutted. Yeah, I definitely do.
Do you want me to run out?
Yeah.
Am I allowed?
I don't know, I might get told off.
I will, I can go. I have the app on my phone.
Do you?
Yeah, obviously.
Producer Kim, is Laura allowed to... Yeah, Laura, I'll give you the... And I'll transfer the money to you straight away. Thanks, Laura. Thanks. Okay, it's between me and everybody and everybody else that's in the basket. 60 of you with it in a basket. 60 of you that have it in your baskets. And Laura, guest designer. Okay, so if any of our management team, I asked her to do this for me. I did ask her, please go out. Laura's trying. Laura's out. She's not here. Look, her workstation's empty. She's going to have to be quick, man. I don't know if she's... Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. I don't want to part with it. Is this a studio sample? Is this a studio sample? Someone's getting this. I don't think Laura's going to get there in time. Amazing. That was me pulling the trolley, by the way. Did you get it? Did you get it?
I got 3.
I have to do my victory dance.
I'm just grateful I'm being paid tomorrow.
Laura, I love you. And for you, Kimbo. We love you. Right, you.
You should see Laura collection, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
3.
3 of you?
Yeah.
Thanks, Laura.
It's all right.
I'm so happy. Wonderful. There we go. Thanks. Right. If you did miss out on that, by the way, because it is an on-screen sellout, I've got more Ethiopian opal. I don't know if this is a good idea to sort of indulge a pregnant lady to this level.
That's it now, once you've started.
Okay.
I can see that glowing from here.
Again, I'm going to bring that other strand back in because look at this. Can you imagine an Ethiopian opal suite commissioned like so?
Wow. Wow, those drops are amazing.
Oh. You know, we talk about hydrophane. Look at this one just down here, because as I move it, look how the light is playing with it. Can you see? The intensity of reds and greens coming through. I wanted to bring that next to it. I think this is sold out now, isn't it? Yeah, gone. So now's the time to get your drops. So we would talk about hydrophane performance. What does that refer to? It's like it's like hydro water. A liquid-like appearance, and with the beauty of Ethiopian opal is it has got a semi. Wow, gosh, there's some incredible opal here. It's got to finish the sentence. It's got a semi-translucency, so you can see play of colour not just across the surface of the gemstone, but also right the way down into the heart. My goodness, sorry, I just realised what I actually said in that sentence and then didn't finish what I was saying. Anyway, now let me just do this. Wow. Oh my goodness. What would you do? Have the necklace in the rondelles and then actually have these as suspending charms or something like that?
Oh, do you know, I would do 2 things. I would have that matching set. I would have a simple drop pair of earrings, but I would also have a little bit more of an elegant version with those faceted rondelles with it, so that they're a bit more statement. And you wouldn't need a lot. You really wouldn't need to use a lot.
Look at that green at the back, Laura.
Do you
right
know
at the back of the screen.
Oh, I want them as well, see? I want those as well.
Do you know, the reality is we're probably going to have to come to blah, 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 blah. We're going to have to come to terms with the fact that Ethiopian opal will probably, and I can't say indefinitely, of course, but the main seam's no longer in production. This gemstone, I believe, guess, that this gem from this location, opal from Ethiopia, unless of course there's another mammoth discovery, which of course we don't know that's going to occur, never say never, I think Ethiopian opal is going to deplete before tanzanite. I do. So what a crying shame it will be if we don't own this beautiful gemstone. Now we're going to have to bring the price tag in. It is, being price slash, should be $99.95. Laura, I'm so grateful that you ran out of the studio for me. I'm so grateful for you.
I think I did it just in time, didn't I, from the look of it?
Wow. Yeah, I get it. These are investment strands more, but they are more to the point, price tags rather, but they are investment gemstones without shadow of a doubt. The quality that you're getting is textbook. It's absolute textbook.
You know how we've been saying our labradorite has been getting better and better and better and better? I think it's the same with our opal as well.
Which isn't logical.
No, but, you know, I've got a couple of strands of
because
opal.
It's getting less and less and less and less plentiful.
I've got some that are a little bit plainer. They're lower end ones, and I've got them at home, you know. But those are they're just getting better and better and better. They're just beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. Well done. Massive, massive congratulations. Now, earlier on today, we brought you an absolutely unmissable opportunity on the most sought after gemstone currently right now. Rightly or wrongly, whether you agree with it or not, tanzanite is without shadow of a doubt the gemstone that not just our jewellery making family are trying to purchase, traders all over the world, investors all over the world, because the fact there's such a rise in price increase and the price of mining, basically. Now, I can't believe I'm about to say there should be for 2 of these strands. Now, I'm not allowed to suggest grading because again, I'm not a gemologist to grade these. I'm trained certainly in gemstones, and I can give you my personal opinion, but really I can get into trouble for that. So I'm just going to ask you, lean on your own knowledge. What quality, what intensity of colour, how much pleochroism and the quality of the faceting would you think this warrants in terms of the grading system? The 4A's being the most sought after. Non-graded is basically what I would call Tanza white. Basically, it's more of a colourless gemstone. You want it to have a high vanadium content to bring you that violet blues. Oh gosh, look, can I just look at the quality of those blues? Look at that consistency of colour. All top drilled, sizable, over the standard calibration, 6x5 to 9x6 millimetre. Your average, well, going back to when I used to do collections and hours and showcases, the standard size and calibration would be 7x5 millimetre. So look how many you're getting on a 2 strand, so 110 carats of beautiful quality, intensity. I'm going to say it, graded tanzanite in my eyes. That's your personal opinion. You know, have you got that definite vanadium blue? Have you got clarity? Have you got trichroism? Have you got quality of cut? Now, I can't believe that I'm going to say that both of these strands, the should-be price is so much lower than what I would expect it to be. For both, apparently, we should be £49.90. But unmissable, one-off price slash, get it whilst you can, £39.95. If I hadn't just bought some tanzanite, literally just, then I would be getting involved right now, because I'm buying this gemstone not just for me because I love it, but I'm buying it for my unborn child. I have been doing so for the past 5-10 years, to be honest, because this gemstone there will come a moment in time when it's all across the news pages that tanzanite, the mines have now closed. Look at the colour that you're seeing here. Do your research on the web. If you've got access to the web, put in high-graded, AAA, quad-A graded tanzanite, and you see what colours you see. $39.95 only. It will sell out though this morning, so do get it as soon as you can. If you're watching on the repeats, give it a try. You've got bicolours in there as well. Can you see that bicoloured one pointing upwards? Sort of fusion of green and blues. Absolutely incredible. Moving on, because we also launched first thing this morning. It's been added to my order. Or Laura's order. No, you have to tell me how much to give you today, honey. Now, solid sterling silver. I need to borrow a bit of chain. Solid sterling silver. I'm getting a length of chain so I can actually show you. There we go. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm wearing it as a pendant. You can wear it as a charm. We've found one almost exactly the same from that very well-known charm retailer that sells something like this, maybe a lighter gram weight. I don't know, might be a little bit more, I don't know, but they sell it for £30. It's full 360 degrees. I'd personally be threading it onto a chain like this. I'm wearing it just like this. Mother's Day is not far away. Oh, I've got it the wrong way around. Hang on a second. Mother's Day is not far away. It's Sunday. So have you sorted out your mummy's gift? I know which one my mum would prefer. This or a bunch of flowers?
You know, that's the thing. Flowers on a days like that are just
so overpriced.
Exactly. And then the next day you go in a shop and they're all half price. It just makes you feel sick.
Yeah, it does. And it's the one, you know, that I've always said it. I've said it to Tom. Valentine's Day, don't buy me flowers, because I find it really upsetting that I mean, the supermarkets are actually forcing the prices back down to a florist, but, you know, we're not stupid, are we? We're not daft. We can see that you've elevated the price tag solely because it's Valentine's Day. Buy it for me the next day if you want. That would be lovely, but I think it's ridiculous that you can double or triple your price tags. Anyway, and also, they are going to wither and die eventually. Don't get me wrong, I love a bunch of flowers, but I also love pieces of jewellery. especially something that is going to have that sentiment for a lifetime. It is 360 degrees as well. You've got that lovely oxidization there, so quite monochrome, I suppose. You could engrave on this, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, I can't see why you wouldn't be able to.
I wonder if you could maybe you've got, I don't know how many hearts there are, but you could put members of the family's initials all the way around.
I was just trying to think that if you had the small anvil, I'm wondering if you had that because of the angles of it. It's got the little sort of shapes, hasn't it? Whether you could put it on that little ring section and maybe hammer a bit of detail onto it there.
What a lovely idea that would be. You could personalise it somewhat. And you could certainly get it engraved on the inside. You could sort of speak to a local jeweller about that. So yeah, get a message on there or something like that. Just love or something. Let's bring that price tag in because it is a recap. £9.95. It's been added to my order today. I just don't care. Just don't care.
Has it been added to yours or mine?
I'll add it to mine. So beautiful, isn't it? And again, so incredibly high-end. Look at that sparkle and lustre. And something I would wear all day and all night. And if you multi-bought, you could actually get maybe a few of these on a neckline piece would look amazing. Maybe one for each child. How about your Mother's Day gift to you? So how many children have you got? Listen, even if you haven't, to be fair, just treat yourself. How many children have you got? One for each child? Maybe you could put their initials on them individually then, couldn't you?
That'd be lovely. Or there's enough room for you to be able to hang a little bit of a chain through the other side of it and add a birthstone.
Nice idea.
So you could have it so that if you've got 3, you could have the little drops of their birthstone.
Nice idea. I was saying earlier on, I'm going to get one for the Poppy Popster, my unofficial goddaughter, one for my best friend, one for me, one for Mum. Because I think they could be really nice. Just nice necklaces or pendants, couldn't they? Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Absolutely beautiful. Now, we have got a brand new launch coming your way in a wonderful parcel of a gemstone which says everything about our planet and how we evolve over time. Dating back to could be up to sort of 500 million years ago. It is, without shadow of a doubt, the most recognised of fossil, and that is an ammonite. However, of the ammonite that you can get, obviously there's different levels, there's different qualities and degrees. These are exceptionally high-end. You've really got a preserved creature itself within the fossil. Now, you can see it so easily that this gemstone, which is organic, forming from a living organism as well. Believe it or not, you can find in different locations around the world, but it's actually getting very, 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 very difficult to get hold of. Reminiscent of a sort of sea-like creature, like an ammonite, I suppose. It's a gorgeous shell, which has got, right now, not offcuts, not talking about chips, not talking about half a fossil and half of it just being a host rock, a complete preserved ammonite. Now, we're talking about evolution and obviously the different eras and ages that obviously our planet has actually evolved through, from the Ice Age to the prehistoric age as well. Ammonites actually have had to overcome, I find this fascinating, 3 catastrophic events. And I won't get into the geography side of things, but yeah, basically 3 catastrophic events which could have wiped out the creatures altogether. It wasn't actually until the time of the dinosaurs, and when obviously the dinosaurs became extinct, that this gemstone actually became extinct as well. So why it's often loved by paleontologists, etc. This gemstone is often unearthed in the same way that you would find sort of dinosaur fossils or dinosaur bones, and certainly regarded with as much esteem. The more perfect that fossil is, the more valued that fossil is. So if you've got an ammonite which has got maybe half of the shell and half of it being host rock, still beautiful and certainly most definitely intriguing, then wonderful, but you ideally want to have the full intact creature. Now, what is an ammonite? It's kind of like a sea creature, so very similar, I suppose, to an ammolite, if you've heard that. Don't misinterpret the two, but they are quite similar. It's from the same family as a squid, as an octopus, and a cuttlefish, in actual fact. So which it doesn't look similar to those, I get it, but it actually is of that same family. So it's kind of like a sea urchin slug-like creature, I suppose. So over the those three catastrophic events that could have wiped out this gemstone, the first of which actually depleted ammonites to just 10% of what they were in terms of its actual, how many were its population, I suppose. So very rare to get hold of, and that's happened over millions upon millions of years ago. Now it dates back, this creature actually lived from between, we don't know specifically, from 240 million years ago up to 65 million years ago, but actually dates back is in the first type of ammonite creature was actually going back 490 million years ago. So, I mean, does it get any more fascinating? Is it any wonder that gents, children, all walks of life are fascinated by such a gemstone? And it is, of course, a genuine gemstone. It's an organic gemstone which is formed by a living organism. But I'm going to say that this is exactly textbook what you expect. I was on a website earlier this morning, very early this morning, but if you do a bit of research, you'll probably find it. If you just enter fossilized ammonite, there's lots of pictures, lots of illustrations available on the web, and you'll see examples of what you're looking for. I tell you what, let me save you the hassle because I've got it here. They are complete intact ammonites. Even the back is totally and utterly preserved. Martha, our sales manager, was really absolutely adamant with us this morning, saying, Eleanor, Kim, this is some of the finest examples, and I can totally concur with that as well. Let me just show you the consistency of the shapes, and every single one. The size you are getting, well, I've got here 5, but it's the carat weight that we actually guarantee. There's 5 on here, and you've got 4 in the picture, but look at the sheer size of those ammonites. Have you ever seen any which have got such a perfectly intact shell and exterior? Dating back to millions of years ago. So its final extinction was during the Cretaceous periods, like I said, which actually saw the depletion of our dinosaurs as well. 65 to 240 million years old. Absolutely incredible, aren't they? And there again, I'm showing up, holding you lots. All from this one example that we have here in the studio, and I'm doing that deliberately so you can see the quality of the ammonite that's on your screens right now. Absolutely amazing. I've never seen examples like it. You know, completely intact, aren't they? Completely and utterly intact. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. This is what you expect to see in your, your museums. This is what you probably see in your London museums. This is what you expect to see in your gemstone museums, without shadow of a doubt. Your geological museums. If there are any schools watching right now, I think, or anybody that is studying geography or even biology, shall we say, or history even, how amazing would it be to actually do a whole project around maybe the Cretaceous period or gemstones, biology even this would actually come into. I think I said biology earlier on. How amazing would it be to actually do a project, some coursework, and actually have the creatures themselves, the fossils rather themselves, not the creatures, because obviously they were extinct millions of years ago, but actually to have the actual fossil itself. Now, these are incredible. We're going to go straight down. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Even if you don't know what to do with these as a jewellery maker, get hold of them just to be absolutely awe-inspired by them. Laura, what would you do? Because I can understand it's a shape of a gemstone, which many will be thinking, okay, I don't know how to incorporate that into a piece of jewellery. I'll turn one of these round as well so you can actually see the actual exterior. Look at that colour. Can you see that chromatic shift of colour as well? So you have got that ammonite sort of flash coming through. How would you go about incorporating these into your jewellery?
For me, they are very versatile actually. Because of the angles of them, you could prong set them. They'd be beautiful as a prong set pendant.
Yeah.
You could do a prong set ring with them. One of the very first pieces of jewellery I made when I first started making jewellery, before I knew about JM or anything, was actually using a fossiled ammonite. Like I probably paid about £6-7 for it from a kind of crystal shop in Bristol. And when you do buy them like that, they're not as smooth on the back. They're a little bit more rougher.
Yeah, and often not complete either.
No, and I just basically decorated it. I almost did a rough caging. So how you would cage a cabochon, so you just catch it with some side wires, and then kind of just decorated around the outside, mimicking the shape of it. So there's lots of, you don't have to be an experienced wire worker to be able to play about with the shape, as long as you catch those corners.
Yeah, I think, because straight away I'm looking at this, I remember having a conversation with Tom, my fiance, and I was talking about different gemstones like moldavite and things like that, and moldavite, as we know, as a direct result of meteor impact, but he was fascinated by that, and Tom won't mind me saying that he's a bit of a geek like me. He is a bit of a geek. He would love these just because they're so exciting, and you could attach them on a simple, what's the loop, the knot,
Lark's head.
Lark's head. Attach them like so, suspend them, and again, it's him and her jewellery, without shadow of a doubt. Brand new, well done to those of you that got those. They are some of the finest that I've ever seen, even with the museum qualities that I've seen. Moving on to now. Oh my gosh. I've not seen rubies this size. You've got plain rounds of rubies here with silk. They're natural. I'm going for ruby. Ruby from India usually is so dark, it's kind of almost burgundy. This isn't at all. This is a lovely colour. Oh my goodness. Again, restrand it just as is. High-end strands we've been bringing you today, jewellery makers, but yet super affordable price tag. Look at this. There's no denying the ruby colour, is there? No denying whatsoever. 9mm plain rounds. I'll count them for you because, again, they can be treated as solitaires without shadow of a doubt. Natural ruby. I'm going to count them for you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23 individual solitaires. 23. The average ruby carat weight is 2 carats. It's a slightly denser gemstone, so it is quite heavy and weighty. It's obviously got a hardness on the Mohs scale. You know that ruby is not too far behind your diamond, so very much a durable gemstone without shadow of a doubt. The more intense those colours, the more valuable they are. Indian ruby is often, you've heard me say it before, jewellery makers, those of you that watch frequently, is actually usually quite a dark maroon. What I'm looking at here in the studio is very energetic and bright.
Yeah, it's got such a beautiful depth to it.
Yeah.
That, you know, as soon as you pulled that strand out, I knew exactly what it was.
It's no denying it whatsoever.
Recognisable.
Oh, gosh, now I'm thinking about the baby. My baby's due in July.
Oh.
Which of course is
end of July or
beginning of July.
Oh, so
it could be June. Yeah, I know, that's the thing. But
wow.
Who knows? Who knows? But I'm thinking, you know what? Even if she's not, and she comes a little bit early, then you know I've still gained a ruby strand.
I think ruby might be the zodiac sign gemstone. I think it might be because I'm a June baby.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Gemini.
No, because I'm June. Because I'm Cancer. I'm pretty sure Ruby is a Cancer, and if she's end of June / middle of July, she'll be Cancer.
Now, there we go. Well, I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. Either way, I'm very tempted again by this. Look at that gorgeous colour. Totally and utterly natural. Straight away collectors are there. We had yesterday 11mm round with the lovely Carol, who joined Kim. You had 11mm yesterday. 99.95. Well, it's still an incredible deal. An amazing deal for 11mm rounds. This should be coming your way at 79.95. Should be. Price slash. Get it as soon as you can. Guest designer Jan straight on those phone lines. And he did yesterday as well, Jan, didn't you? I don't blame you. All you got to do is put 1 in a strand of pearls and what? 3-figured price tag? And I'm not just talking about £100, am I? This is working out at what? £2.82 per ruby. £2.82. When you buy your gemstones in their parcels, and that's how you actually describe them in their parcels, you don't expect to say that wouldn't be, oh, this natural ruby of this quality with silks is just £2.83.
So technically a pair of earrings would be £4, £5. Oh my gosh, I can't count.
£2.83.
Yeah,
so let's just call it £6.
My head got distracted then, sorry. So one ring doesn't take a lot. So a ring, you're just looking at £3 for one ring, material-wise.
Okay, let's put our business caps on right now. You had Angela last night, didn't you? Of course, our guest designer, who also does workshops on sort of how you make money and turn your jewellery business, jewellery hobby into a business as well. I mean, an initial outlay of what, £3 for a ring. What are you going to sell a ruby ring for? I would certainly hope that it's going to be in excess of that massively. So for the quality that you're getting here, just because we pass on those savings doesn't necessarily mean that you absolutely have to stay where you are. Look at that gorgeous intensity. Do you know what I refer to? And sometimes you can look at ruby and it's so dark, it's almost, is that ruby? It's questionable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially Indian ruby. It does tend to be that a little bit darker, and it's something I've said previously before. This is some of the most energetic ruby that we've actually got. Well done. Moving on to... Can I bring that strand back? Was that a little bit out of your budget? A little bit out of your price point? Oh, look. Or maybe you just want to really indulge in the king of gemstones. These are 6mm plain rounds. Look at that. Look how coherent those colours are as well. Look how they match perfectly. 6mm plain rounds, very wearable size. Gosh, I'm going to say it. Imagine a ruby bracelet, 360 degrees, with some lovely gold findings or some silver findings, depending on your personal preference. I would personally be choosing the gold, just because, well, I like gold, and also the quality of the gemstones that you've got here. Absolutely amazing. Okay, this is a slightly more affordable price tag, given the fact that they are ever so slightly smaller, but very wearable. 6mm rounds. I love these in a stretchy bracelet. Yeah. Going straight down to that price tag, because already loads of you on the phone lines. $34.95. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's been deal, 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 deal. Guest designer Jan, you're straight away on those phone lines. Well done, lovely. I'm not surprised. And the reason why I'm sort of saying that about guest designer Jan is because she deals with the high-end gemstones, and Jan actually retails in a hotel. And works particularly with, you know, your rubies, your high ends, gemstones, and your pearls, especially, and just restrands them. But most of her pieces will sell for 3 figures and then some.
Yeah, I mean, she does a lot of the sort of classic type of jewellery as such, like you say, the sort of the pearl necklaces just restranded. So she would probably space 1 or 2 of those in, or just have one as a feature. Yeah, and she's going to get more than wow. Triple her money back, I expect.
Yeah, without shadow of a doubt. Do you know a jeweller actually usually works off 300% price point, plus VAT here in the UK, by the way. So 300%, that's one of the biggest price ups in retail, I would suggest. But I'm going to actually encourage you, if you have got a business, to actually mark it up even more. I would actually, because nobody needs to know that. If you sold this, I mean, I'm talking about exclusively the whole strand now, but if you took one of these rubies, and sold it for what, £30? Yeah, so that's an incredible initial outlay for the quality, and obviously the consumer and the customer is still going to think that they've got an amazing deal, because they have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is, like they say, and I think Angela says it a lot, is if you do kind of think, oh, well, I paid a low price for it, so I'm going to charge a low price on, people then question it. Yeah, and I think also it affects people that do sell it more, because people will be like, well, is that genuine when I can get it for this cheap?
We do value.
You can kind of lose that value, whereas if you say, no, this is genuine ruby, it is worth it.
Well, do you know, funny you should say that, Laura, actually. When Gemporia actually did it and Steve will tell you this, and I actually said it on air when I did a Burmese ruby hour on gems, and he said, look, it's our fault. We've actually sort of cut our nose off to spite our face. We actually sold it and got such an incredible deal and passed on those savings to our customers, that people thought, no, it must be too good to be true. Do you know what I mean? So, so actually, Steve said, I'm not going to buy another parcel because, to be honest, we've kind of made a rod for our own back. Is that the expression? I don't know. But you know what I mean? We devalued it by making it really, really affordable. Devalued it in our minds, shall we say, but obviously not devalued it globally. So please don't think this is any reflection of the true value or worth. Well done to those of you that managed to get hold of that. Absolutely amazing. Now, I've still got more to bring you. There's more for myself and the lovely Laura. We've got more inspiration, more incredible deals coming your way, more wonderful bundles, more findings and tools and gadgets and gizmos aplenty and beautiful gemstones. So don't go anywhere. For our Freeview viewers, thank you so much for staying with us, and we'll see you after this.